All right, fellow babies, Friday night Silly Shill Show coming at you live on the EiE Network, and we've got some serious shit coming at you today. We've got BlueEarthThing and Professor Dave Explains joining us at the panel, and a big panel it is. So I'm going to shut the fuck up, hand this over to Kevin Kennedy, and let's get around the table and see who we got. Brother Kevin, how you doing, man?
Hello, freak bitches. Hope everyone is doing well. Before I go around the table really quickly, I'll give a quick little update on my channel. To the Stars and Back Shuttle Series finale is coming soon, and I just want to brag a little. Today, I was sent a piece of mail that is the coolest thing I was ever sent. It is a piece of the Space Shuttle Columbia's tire from its nose landing gear from STS-52, and I think it's freaking amazing that I finally own something that was in space. And now that I'm done bragging, let's go around the table and see who we have with us today. Starting off, Big Blue. How are you today, sir?
Doing great, Kevin. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent, thank you. What's new in your world?
Oh, just staying busy trying to get the Cavendish experiment going, and in between times, slapping a few flerfs around.
Excellent. Cavendish is a real tricky one, from what I've heard.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, though.
All right, excellent. I can't wait to see the results of that. Mr. Dawson, you never get to say how you were doing, so how are you, man?
I'm still trying to pick my fucking jaw off the floor because you got that piece of the shuttle. You lucky ass son of a bitch. That's so cool, man. It's amazing.
I keep staring at it, and like every bit of my willpower is keeping me from opening it. I don't. It's in like 3 layers in a box, and I don't want to touch that thing and ruin it because it's already from 1992. Anyway, Jutmonkthedrunk Monkey. Oi, oi, sir.
Oi, fucking oi, bro. How's it going?
I'm
fucking buzzing, man. Yeah, safe as fuck, innit? I mean, do you know what? I finally. It's been more than a month, and I finally got a video out. And it was one of my rants, and I had a lot to say, so it went on for a bit. But, you know, I'm still learning my fucking new device and the apps to go with it. So, you know, we're getting there. But I tell you what, I am very, that's fucking not the word, is it? I'm immensely, exceedingly, extraordinarily excited to find such a small but promising channel on our YouTube fucking show tonight. We got this. Who's this geezer? Is it Professor Dave something? So hopefully we can try and get this geezer a couple of subs and get him on his way. You know, and well, I mean, Dave, I don't know how you're gonna. Because you're actually fucking on a camera, on a panel with a drunk monkey who's a little bit fucking leery. So I hope, you know, you can cope with that. And one more thing.
I'll make the most of it. It'll work out.
Yay. And one more thing, actually, Kevin, I'm just writing some shit down here and I've made a mistake. Can you chuck that fucking rubber tire over so I can just rub out his fucking words?
You can eat a dick. This thing's never leaving my sight.
That'll do. You can fuck off and move on to the next one.
Crafty Keela, how are you today?
I'm doing very well. I just got my new laptop, so I'm back to making videos. I'm very, very excited to have the new Challenging Conspiracies out next week. So, woohoo!
Excellent, excellent. Glad to hear. Good to have you with us as always. Hope the goats are doing well.
The goats are doing well. We lost one there the other day, and she was buried. So she's been sick for 2 months, but all of the babies are doing very well. Space Comma and Kepler are growing very, very well. And thank you for everyone in the chat for asking how they are. I love these guys.
I forgot that you named one Space Comma.
Well, that's for conspiracy cats.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Logical Troglodyte. Long time no see. How are you, caveman?
Oh, dude, I am so fucking tired you wouldn't believe. Sorry I ain't been around the last few months, but I've been dealing with a lot of real-world shit. and I have not had the energy, the patience, or the inclination to dick around with the world of dipshittery. Don't even know what's going on with the world of dipshittery, except they're still dipshits, I'm sure. But I ran into a few dipshits on the fucking road on the way from work today, so I decided, well, why not just slap the piss out of a few other dipshits?
How dare you prioritize your real life over making fun of stupid people on the internet?
Bastard!
Oh, I know. God damn it. Fucking adulting and shit. How dare me?
Well, it's good to have you with us, man. Schrodinger's cat, the man who is always here and not here at the same time. How are you today, sir?
I'm enjoying life, being here and not here simultaneously until you look at me. No, I'm almost embarrassed to say it with Dave here. And Dave, please don't laugh, but I'm trying to put together my 10,000 subscriber special. Looks like that's going to happen in the next couple of weeks.
That's a good one. Congrats.
Yeah, it came up on me quick. So pretty excited about that. And new video coming Sunday.
Awesome. Yeah, you hit that algorithm just right, man, and you're it would be impressive looking on a graph, I'll say that.
Yeah, well, I can see the graph on my analytics, and it is impressive. It's just a flat line and then a steep slope.
Nice. All right, who else do we have with us here? Good morning, Vietnam. Steaming Cup of Reason. How are you today, sir?
Good morning, Silly Shills. How are you all doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. Yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you very much. Things are looking up. Cracked my head open, so I got a huge gash on my head that's kind of throbbing and killing me right now. But I don't really
forgive you if you go a little Pratt on us. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Don't worry about it, man. Just let me gush. Other than that, Pain of Progress for this week is in the can and ready to go. Part 2 on nuclear power. So look forward to that tomorrow. And well, that's about it for now. Oh, excellent. And the Mega Mirror is coming back soon. We're rebranding it and reformatting to a live format, and we're going to be talking to the lovely Crafty Keela.
Nice. Very nice. All right, excellent. And not in charge, which always scares me, the Mad Scotsman, Tattie-Bogle. How are you today, sir?
All right, troops, how's it going? I'm fucking absolutely over the moon, mate. Over the moon. I'd like to take this opportunity just to, first off, congratulate Seek Truth, Speak Truth on fucking blasting by the 10K mark. Good on you, sir. Fantastic. Secondly, I'd like to also take this opportunity to talk about my channel and let you know what's going on. Absolutely fuck all. Other than that, nothing to say. Enjoy the video. No, enjoy the videos tonight. One was suggested by our good friend Colon, just to let you in on a wee thing, and the other one was a suggestion by and one was a suggestion by Face Gallon, both of which have come from the vid suggestions room in Discord. So thank you boys. As for the other ones, enjoy.
Yeah, and I've been having a look at that room. I don't know if thank you is the right word.
One thing, Kevin, I forgot, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention that tomorrow I'll be on with Ilya and Punchy on their new channel at 2 o'clock Eastern. Yes, so cool. I forgot to say that, and I'm going to get slapped by one of them if I don't say it.
No, by both. They always do things as a team.
Yes, the team smacking. I don't know if that would be inappropriate.
Yeah. Or fun.
Booleanenator, the man in charge, save us.
With what? Because
How are you today, sir?
I have nothing but weapons of mass destruction at my disposal tonight, so.
So if you want to save us, it's mutually assured destruction, is what you're saying.
Exactly. That's the best I can give you.
Oh, God.
Well, it's going to be a fun night then. Let's see. Before we get to our guests here, Aimee Hogan, keeping an eye on the chat as usual. How are you today?
I am doing great. Thank you so much. I'm so excited about tonight. And Matthew's here too. He wants to
Digital Demonic Davros for Australia, $5 said, "You are all fake shills apart from Dawson's drippy spits and not and my not so mellow demeanor. Congrats on 200 Silly Shill Shows. Now, where's my money? If you want to find money, stop sending me super chats.
That's right. You know what?
Matthew.
We didn't mention, but we'll go into this after the intro. So yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Well,
excited. And I want to thank you. I want to thank BlueEarthThing for coming on. Thank you so much. And Professor Dave, thank you so much for coming on. It's very nice to meet you. I'm really excited about today too. Thank you.
For sure.
absolutely, absolutely. And speaking of our guests tonight, BlueEarthThing, how are you today, sir?
Hey, doing good. I'm glad to be on a live stream again, actually doing things again. It's been pretty hectic over here. If you follow me other than just the BlueEarthThing Twitter feed, you'll know that like my racing came back. We're building that observatory, and I'm actually working on a couple of other projects that are taking away from my YouTube channel. That's why I don't have any content right now. And I'm really mad about it because I got a couple of really good ideas on what I'm working on, and I need a prop to come in. And once it comes in, it'll be really cool. We're gonna have to. I've got a buddy. We're gonna get some lights, and we even have to sneak out onto a park to film it. So. It'll be an interesting video, and I think it'll be a really good proof for the moon landing stuff. So that'll be really cool. That's about what's going on over here, and I'm just happy to be back on the show, man.
Damn right. We love having you, buddy.
Absolutely. Always good to have you. And the man of the hour, Professor Dave. Thank you very much for joining us. And how are you today?
Happy to be here. Yeah, doing pretty well. Just hanging out at home where I have been for 3 months nonstop. Descending even further into workaholism. That's pretty much is what's going on with me. So yeah.
I found that's what a lot of more introverted people have ended up doing during quarantine is we just all put our heads down and started working harder.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm very introverted and I isolate myself already to begin with, but the little bit of contact I had with the outside world, I've even shut that off. I mean, I don't know what it is about me, but like, you know, my friends kind of get on, what's that new app that everyone's using called, wait, let me look, House Party. They all go on these kinds of apps and they have their little Zoom meetings and stuff. And for whatever reason, I don't even do that. Like, I just completely isolate myself. It's really weird. Yeah, I wish I could go talk to my therapist about it, but yeah, unfortunately. So yeah, just get work done.
I found this really good one. It's called Pornhub.
Yeah.
Well, that's
not quite as interactive, but you know, you got to do what you got to do.
Maybe not for you.
Very healthy comments.
X hamster rules.
Oh my God. No. No, we need to stop this. Well, first of all, I'm being tagged on something in the Discord. Big Blue, did I skip you, buddy?
No.
He was first.
I
think I went first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just checking. Didn't want to miss anybody.
But I'm old. I forget things too. So
yeah, it happens to us all.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's
you did
an
forget
excuse
me. I don't
for
know.
you. That's your excuse. Kevin isn't old. He's just a dork.
Or Stone, take your pick.
Canadian.
Well, I think we should turn to Steaming Cup of Reason because I do believe he had a couple of questions ready for Professor Dave.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, my first question to you, Dave, a couple of months back, you made an announcement on your channel that you were going to go full on after the stupid, back them into a corner and just not let up. What was the trigger?
I made which announcement? I don't recall this exact one. I mean, it's true, but what was it that I said?
Well, it wasn't really an announcement. You were just saying that you were going to start just going right after the stupid flerfs and stuff and just back them into a corner and not let up. Yeah, I was wondering what the trigger for that was. Was it Hovland?
No. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it's a cumulative thing. I mean, it's just with the flat earthers, it's just the stupidity of what goes on in the comment section just consistently every single day. But then, you know, I started addressing other things, so young Earth creationism, and now lately I've been getting into these like alternative cosmologies. So you've got your like electric universe and plasma cosmology, and it's a really bizarre little corner of the internet that has gone pretty unchallenged for quite some time. And it's just my comment section just gets more and more toxic by the week. And I don't know, I think a lot of people would just kind of let up and say, you know what, I'm going to go back to making academic tutorials. And I am. I mean, obviously, I'm heavily focused on making my academic tutorials. But it really bothers me. You know, pseudoscience really bothers me. And I don't want to ignore it. I want to rub their faces in it. And I want to show them how wrong they are relentlessly and insultingly if necessary. And so, you know, I'm not going to stop. I've got a few more debunks planned. I'm still focusing on this alternative cosmology business just because I've really turned over a stone here. People have been lashing out about it, and so I need to address that a little more. But you know, then I'll do some other stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, being a fellow teacher myself, that's why I got into it here.
Yeah, guys, Dave's not telling you the truth. It's actually just the massive check that NASA sent him. That's why he suddenly started doing this.
Alternative cosmology, Boone. You just can't handle fucking reality. Jesus fucking Christ. This isn't a game of Clue, people. It wasn't Colonel Mustard in the fucking library with the candlestick. No.
Cool. But my
I
other
love Dave.
question,
Go ahead.
My other question, Dave, was I noticed that you were also in a band. What kind of music did you do, or were you just a cover band?
So yeah, I've been a musician my whole life, and then in college I started playing in bands. I mean, I grew up playing piano, but then I switched over to drums, and so since college, music has been my, had been my primary passion. I spent my 20s trying to make it in bands, playing drums in various bands, and then the last band I was in was called The Lonely Wild. So we were playing from around 2012 to 2016. Touring, we were on a label, like all, the whole 9 yards. So that I was, until that band failed in 2016, music was the A plan. Fortunately, I had started the channel just a year prior to try to get some passive income going, and that was just picking up steam as that band failed. So I really pivoted and started focusing on science communication. And now that that's been going well, I'm starting to prepare my return to music. So I do have my own project called Simulated Sun.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm off of drums. I'm back on synths, and I'm actually fronting and singing lead and doing all the songwriting and everything. And so I don't quite have time yet to put too much attention to it. I'm just sort of getting all my ducks in a row. But eventually I'll be able to devote a lot of time, and because it is still, if I'm being honest, what I want to do the most.
Cool.
So,
You need to hook up with Dick Dawson, man. He's also a touring musician, or was for a while.
Very cool. I was just going to say, we've got stories to trade, Dave. We're going to have to talk in the near future, because I spent the entire 1990s, very late 80s and all the 90s in bands, professionally, making money and on the road and stuff and whatnot, right?
I bet we've played a lot of the same venues.
I bet, man. I bet. We got to trade some stories, but that's not for here. I'll get out of the I'm done.
Cool.
Schrodinger's cat, you wanted to add something as well, right?
Yeah, just trying not to fanboy over here, but Dave, the destruction that you laid down on Dr. Kent Hovind was just a thing of beauty. Aside from what Conspiracy Cats did to him, that was the best beatdown I've ever seen him take.
Yeah, I did not pull any punches there.
I loved how you just did not show him a single ounce of respect the entire time.
Well, he doesn't deserve it. He's
exactly
probably the most disgusting person I'm aware of, apart from serial killers.
Yeah,
so,
he wasn't prepared for
that. He was definitely unprepared for that.
What was that, Chet?
But I didn't sort of mean. I said I'd like to have a pop at that penis.
Mm-hmm. Well, he'll debate literally anyone.
In the background.
If you leave a comment on his channel making fun of him and calling him stupid, he'll reply, "If you're so smart, why don't you debate me? Call 55 blah 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 Dino, whatever his stupid phone number is." And you can call him, and he'll pick up, and you can arrange to debate. He will debate literally anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just insult him. I won't debate him. I'll just fucking insult him.
He won't know the difference.
Guys, oh, sorry, Blue, go ahead.
Yeah, is Ken Hovind, is he the guy with the arc?
No, that's Ken Ham.
Ken Ham, yeah.
Okay, all right. I got to mix up.
Is the one with the Dino Park where a child recently drowned and he didn't even care.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I looked him up. I looked him up.
He's the one that shows up.
The first thing that pops up when you type in Ken Hovind is Professor Dave Explains.
For real? Hold on, I need to verify
if you type
that.
it in, the first two videos that pop up, it says Wikipedia page. Underneath it says videos. A challenge for Mr. Ken Hovind and Professor Dave destroys.
You are correct. That is astounding.
It blew my mind. It blew my mind. I saw that search too, and I was wow, baby.
I need to do this in an incognito window because I'm not sure if it's using my metadata. Nope, on an incognito window as well.
Yes, it is.
That's awesome.
Even Google's fanboying.
That's why I've been getting, because on that debate that I reposted on my channel, I've been getting a lot of views. It's got over 500,000 views.
I saw that, Dave. That's serious. It just keeps going, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just interesting though, because I did that one, and I did another with this bizarre evangelical complete weirdo named Jesse Lee Peterson. And first with Kent, and then again with Jesse, it's been astounding to witness in the comment section people who are literally fabricating their own realities when they're watching these. Like with Kent, if you're incredibly uneducated and religiously indoctrinated, I'll give it to you that Kent knows how to push your buttons, and he knows how to say things that make sense to that demographic. So I can forgive them a little bit. But this other guy, Jesse, was just saying the most nonsensical things. He was a dumpster fire. Yeah, that guy. He's just a dumpster fire of a human. And when I finished humiliating him for an hour straight, relentlessly, I was astonished to read comments that said like, oh, Beta Dave looked like he was going to cry the whole time. It's like, you're literally making up your own reality. I had a shit-eating grin on my face the whole time from mocking him and humiliating him. What were you watching? Like, it's really weird to witness that level of self-delusion where they're really making up their own reality. I don't know what information is going into their eyeballs, into their brains, but it's not what happened. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Well, I tell you what, Dave, they're not making up their own reality. They're making up a pile of bollocks. And I have to pull you up as well. Did you just swear? How dare you fucking swear on this stream?
Whoopsie.
Fuck's sake, man.
What the fuck, man? What the fuck?
The only fucking person who can swear on this stream is Tatty, because no one understands him.
Not even Google, baby.
Now, when it comes to Jesse Lee Peterson, I actually have a question to ask you about that, Dave. But before we do, Aimee, you wanted to get caught up on some super chats there.
Yes, please. We need to. Yeah, we have a few here. Here you go, man.
Anthony Purcell for Australian $5 said, proof, Dave, Professor Dave, Keela, BMS. How much awesome can you have on one live stream? And of course, Matt. Show would completely suck without him. Digital Demonic Davros for Australian $2 said, WFD, Weapon of Flerf Destruction. And Digital Demonic Davros for Australian $5 said, PS5, 5G, Rona 5, next.
Thank you very much, everyone.
But in regards to Jesse Lee Peterson, because I've seen a bit of him from time to time, and I'm just curious, after having actually talked to him for an extended period of time, do you think he's a real person, or is he doing a character?
See, I think he might be real. Like, I think that the thing is, after you talk to him for long enough, you start to almost feel bad. I genuinely think he has a mental disability. Like, I think he has a cognitive impairment, because I think what he is doing is that on the one hand, he has this incredible childhood trauma that he projects on everybody, but doesn't even realize that's what he's doing. And then on the other hand, he sort of just kind of regurgitates evangelical propaganda that he hears because he likes the status that he gets from it, but he kind of can't pull it off because he's so stupid. So it just doesn't, like, it just, nothing that comes out of his mouth makes sense. So it's just this perfect storm of trauma, stupidity, and then the little bit of status he gets from being propped up by right-wing Christian conservatives that, you know, recognize him as their kind of wet dream of just like this black person that says everything that they wish black people would say to, you know, absolve them of their racism. And you just get this caricature of a human. So I don't know for sure, but I think he is genuine. He's just has such a huge cognitive impairment that he just doesn't understand the tragedy of his own identity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he is for real. He's been around for a very, very long time that I've been aware of him for at least 15 years or so. But he used to be a lot more coherent than he is now. I know exactly what Dave's talking about, that now he just says slogans where he used to actually formulate thoughts.
Yeah, I had never heard of him. So when Modern Day Debates reached out, I looked him up and you know, I was astounded. I was astounded that he is a person. But then I looked into it and was like, this guy has thousands of people that care about what he says. I mean, I really found it really difficult to accept. I mean, Kent Hovind, like, is at least clever. You know what I mean? Like, you have to give it to him that he is very good at straw manning science and distorting scientific facts. He's good at what he does. He's a giant asshole, but he's good at that. Whereas Jesse is just like, I mean, I was laughing the whole time by the stupidity of the things he was saying. I could barely even I couldn't even keep a straight face when he was talking. So I don't know.
He used to be on Sean Hannity a lot back when Sean Hannity used to be a big deal. I mean, he was a regular guest on there.
Really quickly, I'm sorry, because I'm not going to address him for the rest of the stream, but Hip Hop Hippie says, Professor Dave is a virtue signaling libtardo. Hip Hop Hippie, you're a Holocaust denier. Shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Here.
You're not welcome.
I mean, you can tell these people, like, they're so clearly just like regurgitating catchphrases and regurgitating talking points of the people that feed them the narrative that they want to buy into. I mean, you can really spot them. They do not have an original thought in their skulls. Right. That's why their insults all sound the same as each other's. They're copying each other. It's the same with flat earthers, you know.
Yeah, it's funny. We were talking about. Go ahead.
Hold on, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, hold on. But
I know, Dick.
Kevin, do you want to do it?
Yeah, just Ash Scott. I understand. Because he is a horrible person, but unless he actually says something horrible, please don't time him out.
Yeah, I know on some channels it's fun to play tennis with them and mute them and time them out and stuff, but we're really hard on these guys and we got to let them have their voice. It's only fair, right? We have to let them. Unless there's hate speech in it, you got to let them do it, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, that's why I respect this show so much. That mentality right there.
But it's got to be a level playing field. Sorry, Jack, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, you know, I mean, like Dick says, we absolutely rip the shit out of them. So let them have a pop. But Dave, could I just pull you up on something that really bugs me? They're not flat earthers. They're globe denying fucktards.
Sure.
Well said, baby.
Yeah.
Apples and oranges.
There is no flat earth, so they can't be flat earthers.
I do want to mention one. I do want to mention one last thing about Jesse Lee Peterson. I will disagree that nothing he says makes sense, because there's one clip of his that's absolutely wonderful, where he had Mark Sargent on his show, and Mark Sargent spent 2 minutes explaining the basics of flat Earth theory, and then at the end of it, without missing a beat, Jesse looked at him and said, "Amazing. Do you smoke pot?"
That's actually the only Jesse Lee Peterson thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's so good. I actually love that bit.
I did not know that he was, flirting with I did not know that he entertained flat Earth guests.
It was a debate. It was a debate between Mark Sargent and a actual rocket scientist, I believe.
Yeah, it was a astrophysicist or a rocket scientist. Yeah.
Yeah, like they had them both on the show, and Jesse Lee just kind of let them go at it, and
Jesse was moderating a flat Earth debate.
Yeah.
It was like 2 years ago.
That
does that work?
itself is hilarious. That itself is hilarious. We interviewed Jesse Lee on the Non Sequitur show for. That was. It's mostly an act. Like, he's not stupid. The guy knows what he's up to, right?
I'm pretty sure he's very stupid. No, I have to disagree.
The Poe's law. I don't know, right?
I really don't.
He's
Because,
a Poe. Pretty sure.
no,
So, sorry to jump in, guys, but a couple of PMs were coming in, and we've got some people that are pretty excited to get BlueEarthThing and Professor Dave Explains doing some debunking here. Do you think we should get to the first video?
We could
Hey,
try
don't lie.
that.
They're here for Dave. Don't lie.
I'm not playing games now, because I already got called out in the pre-chat because I was trying to conserve energy and only say what I needed to, and I really screwed up. So now I'm already supposed to know what's going on here, so I'm going to babble as I try to figure it out. We do have some. Here we go. Here we go. So we have some pretty good stuff picked out. I'm just looking through. Okay, there's no choice. There's no choice. First video up tonight for everybody to sink their teeth into and have a little go at is going to be from YouTube channel Nathan Oakley 1980, baby. And we're looking at any evidence of Earth radius with a big question mark, right?
Well, just to get us in the mood for what we're about to deal with. Second law of thermodynamics violation of a natural law.
I want you dead.
Nathan
That
Oakley,
wasn't bad.
that's a person I haven't cared about for a while.
And I just want to point out really quickly to King Crew in the chat. They said, what was it? Hippie got spanked so bad by FTFE, I'm surprised he even shows up anymore. He got spanked by everybody. He got spanked by me. He just doesn't know it.
When FTFE was spanking him, I think he accidentally slipped his finger between the cheeks because there must have been a smirk. I saw it.
When I found out the Earth was flat, I had a eureka moment.
I immediately woke up and told my wife the Earth was flat.
So what do you say, BlueEarthThing, Professor Dave Explains. Shall we do some live debunking, gentlemen?
sounds good.
Always down for it.
Booleanenator! Bring it on, baby.
Roll the stupid.
Model. That's what he means. Because the second law, natural law, of thermodynamics definitely does apply to the Earth. It just doesn't apply to his model because his model violates that law. That model is the globe Earth model because it has gas pressure not dispersing into a...
Pause.
It's not gas pressure, it's atmospheric pressure.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, so this is one of the funniest things that they say. Like I mean, first of all, what they're always doing is using science they don't understand to disprove science they don't understand, which is the funniest thing in the world to me. But none of them have any clue what the second law of thermodynamics states. The second law of thermodynamics states that the entropy of the universe increases for any spontaneous process. That's the second law of thermodynamics. Nothing that they ever reference has anything to do with that. They're taking the implication that, okay, that matter and energy spontaneously disperse, right? Okay, well, they're under the influence of a force. Gravity exists. A very simple way to demonstrate that what they're saying has nothing to do with anything, a pressure gradient exists. So there's greater atmospheric pressure down at sea level than there is at higher elevation. So where's the container there? Why is there not even dispersion of atmospheric gases as you go up in elevation, right? If what they're saying is true, the atmospheric pressure should be the same everywhere. Where are the containers every 100 feet as you go up in elevation? They are not there, right? There is the existence of a pressure gradient, which is undeniable, demonstrates that every time they are talking about that, they have no fucking idea what they're saying.
You know,
Exactly.
I kind of want to add to that. because that's always been my thought, is they generally accept that the pressure gradient exists, that the air gets thinner the higher you go. But usually I'll ask them, okay, where does that stop and why? And I've never gotten a satisfactory answer to that, or any answer to that.
Honestly, they could just say it stops at the dome. And I would accept
that would be an answer.
Yeah, that would be an answer.
But it'd be an answer. Yeah,
it'd be something. It'd be more than what they give us. They just dance around it every time you ask them.
Yeah, and why does it thin out? Why does it thin out as you get to the dome, which doesn't exist? Even if it did, why does it thin out?
Next question you ask them after it.
Yeah.
I would just want somebody to answer the question without dancing around, because I used to do this all the time on Twitter. I would try to lead them. I would want them to say at least just, it ends at the dome. I'm like, okay, if it ends at the dome, what happens if the dome is taller? Like where does the dome end every single time? But they just won't answer a question because they know they're going to get put into a hole every time you ask them that, because they don't have an answer. Simple as that.
It really is the trickiest game of like verbal fishing ever, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It always dives into semantics and stuff, man.
You can never pin these fuckers down on anything, can you? I mean, when you say like, well, how big is the dome or anything like that? I mean, sometimes they come out with utter fucking ludicrous bollocks, like we've all got our own personal dome that follows us around. And it's like, what? You have to make this shit up as we go along, don't you?
Well, they have to make it. They have to make it unfalsifiable because everything they say is false.
Yeah.
The only thing that Nathan Oakley's dome ever did right was miss the jar at the sperm bank so that it had to be mopped up and discarded.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, boy.
I thought you were going to say he hit the ground when his mom dropped him.
I've got 4 words. 4 words for Nathan Oakley. Charlie, uniform, November, tango.
Took you a little bit there, Dick. That took you a little too long.
Yeah.
The days when I'm happy, I know the NATO phonetic alphabet. Anybody else want to take another shot before we let him babble again?
Can I just say how much I dislike his voice?
It's awful.
Yeah,
there are people in the chat actually gonging this just because of Nathan Oakley's voice.
Yeah, we don't have the gong even running yet, but don't worry, folks, we're getting there. Dave, you don't know what we do. You know the old 70s gong show? We run a vote in the chat, and they can gong the video off the show if it's too stupid.
Yeah, his voice reminds me of the person at the table next to you at a restaurant that's being very condescending to the waiter. It's like,
dude, that's it.
He's like a male Karen.
Well, he's like the only person that sounds dumber because of his British accent. Like usually you sound almost anybody with a British accent sounds smarter. He found a way to make himself sound dumber with that accent.
You know, that's like a weird That's like a weird thing that plagues North Americans, where we're fooled into thinking that a UK accent makes a person sound smarter. And I only came out of that after I dated a woman from the UK.
Dated a woman?
Hey now. You know, once or twice. Aimee, what's going on?
Yeah, we've got a super chat.
Excuse me. John Rep Frustrated $5 said, a big good day to an awesome panel, great guests, and a wonderful chat. Have the stupid everyone. I'm in a mood for a flerf sling. Let's sauce this.
An S on that word, guest.
Can I also just welcome John Rapp and ask everyone in the chat to give the traditional John Rapp welcome, please?
Yeah, fucking right.
Give it to him.
Well, shall we? What do you call this guy? Flapping mouth of bullshit? Should we?
Available volume as dictated by natural law. I guess so. So it doesn't apply to his model only. It's a bit like the geometric horizon, only applicable in the geometric globe Earth model. Well, the sky vacuum not obeying the second law of thermodynamics, and the gas that we breathe not filling the space, that's only applicable in a model of a globe. Because in reality, gas follows natural law and always will. It's natural law.
If you're going to use natural law, this is what we know. Now, if you're going to do a model, then you can, I guess, get rid of natural law, and then you're in fairy tale land.
Any evidence of Earth radius, the R value?
Nope.
That went bye-bye.
Yeah. The R value is
is to pretend that they don't need a model. They do all of this, we don't live on a model. It's like, all right, well, so you can't explain how the thing you believe works. That's what you're saying. You're saying you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Well, they say that. I think they say that because they literally don't know what a model is. When they hear the word model, they're thinking like like a little globe that you have sitting on your desk.
Yeah.
They don't know that there could be like a theoretical model, there could be a scientific model of the thing that you can have in your head or something like that.
Right, but even a globe, even a literal globe.
Oh yeah,
shows the shape of the Earth and how things work. So
exactly.
They could do a middle school science project about it, and that would be something.
You're right. I just think they're so out of it that when they think model, they think like a model toy or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they're like,
that's
we
true.
physically don't live on this, and then they just disregard it.
Yeah.
I had that same problem that you mentioned, Dave, when I saw Nathan Thompson was doing some stupid like Jeopardy parody, and he was talking about the seasons being caused by the axial tilt in the heliocentric model. And I'm sitting there going, you talk about this, but it's ridiculous, Nathan. But what's your answer to it? God did it because reasons?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like that's not better.
Yeah. Also, it's not that hard to understand the tilt in Earth's rotational axis. Like, it's quite easy to understand if you just look at a model of it. It's pretty easy to get.
You can take a globe and put a light on it, and then just just move the globe around the light, and you'll see. You'll see why the seasons they do it. It's not hard to understand.
Yeah, I mean, I did the 10 challenges thing, and the second one, the first and the second ones were the strongest, so I led with those. But on the second one, I showed how they never, ever, ever attempt to show night and day and the seasons at the same time. They cannot have a point source of light illuminate their flat disk in a way that matches observation properly, and they just pretend that that doesn't matter, that they don't have to do that, right? They don't have to have something that explains how things work. They just ignore it because they know how devastating.
They're not trying to prove or show evidence for any of their fucking claims. All they want to do is try to disprove the globe. And I'm sorry, even if you could do that, which you can't, but even if you fucking could, that doesn't mean flat.
Yeah.
All they want to do is
Intellectual dishonesty at its finest.
Yeah, all they want to do is they want to make themselves feel special and make themselves feel smart. So they tag onto something that they think that they know more than everybody else now that they believe these conspiracies. Because this is something that a lot of conspiracy theorists do, and even the moon landing deniers do. They don't try to come up with a theory that ticks all the boxes. They'll find one box in which they think that they can find a theory to tick, and then they specialize on that, and they only think about that at a time. They can only do one thing at a time. They can't come up with something that.
I think it's more they have their conclusion. They have their conclusion, and they need to form the ideas around the conclusion instead of starting from the beginning and eventually getting to the conclusion. They do it the opposite way. Use the facts to fit the conclusion.
I think Other Blue needs to say something. He's trying to step in. Big Blue?
Yeah, I was trying to say that for some reason they're perfectly happy saying we don't know what it is, we just know what it isn't.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Unaware that that's the definition of argument from incredulity.
Yeah. It's like every time you've got a formula that depends on the R in the equation, they're always trying to discount R.
Well,
absolutely.
My favorite thing they do that I don't know if Oakley started it. I saw him do it. I think some of the other ones do it now. As one flat earther was bothering me on Instagram and doing this too. They just list the names of random logical fallacies with no context, as though that's an argument. That's their new favorite thing they like to do. It's a reification fallacy. It's an argument from blah blah blah. It's like none of those things work. You don't even know what they mean. You're just listing them at random to sound like you're you are knowledgeable. That's literally what's going on.
Human intelligence fallacy.
They heard them.
They work.
And he's published a book.
Yeah,
they work. They work fine. They work fine if you're debating politics or you're debating the death penalty or something like that. You can use all those things, but not in a discussion about science. You cannot do that. They
That's
don't
right.
apply.
And also, I'm sorry. Go ahead, there, Schrodinger.
Just real quick, just because, let's say we're having a debate and I do commit a logical fallacy, that doesn't automatically mean that I'm wrong and you're right. It just means that I didn't formulate my argument in an ideal manner.
Exactly. Exactly.
So-
Like calling out or saying that an argument is wrong because it has a fallacy is itself a fallacy, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the fallacy, which is actually a real thing.
Yeah, because you can have an argument be correct. It's just not logically following.
Right.
Right.
Very much. Sorry, guys. We got to get to Aimee quick. She's got some super chats to cut in on.
Yep, just got this one here.
Press puncher for Canadian 2 said, Ilya and I love Matt.
Thank you so much.
All right. So, now when we start playing the video again, the gong should be kicking in, the gong vote, and everybody watching, you'll have the opportunity to vote to gong the stupidest piece of shit we ever fucking cover on this fucking show off the show.
Dick, how many fingers am I holding up? Who's the president?
Okay, one.
Take a breath, Dick, and yeah, just breathe. Just breathe.
Prime example of human intelligence fallacy.
He's the kind of guy that you want to walk up to and say, "Hey, how you doing? Yeah, good." And you just want to bend him over your knee and stuff a fucking badger up there just to see if he smiles. Like, God, I hate this guy. Fuck. Okay, let's go.
Let's do it. I want the gong.
The what?
What? 2019 assumption that was justified as being reasonable. Now it's been debunked and demonstrated untenable by the black.
Oh, fuck the black swan again. Oh, fuck.
I did not even mean to
just
start
saying.
it. I didn't mean to start
Just
it.
saying that it's been debunked doesn't mean that it's actually been debunked, you dumb motherfucker. I think you might be right, Dick. I almost argued with you about him being the stupidest son of a bitch to have been on this fucking show because I keep thinking the thesis. But you might be fucking right.
I forgot. You're gonna kill me.
halfway through saying that the Black Swan debunked something, for God's sake, Nathan, what horrible accident happened to that oil platform on the left?
What black
swan?
Like 20 other debunkers on our side have totally destroyed that argument within the first 30 fucking minutes that they used it.
30 seconds. All you have to do is look at the far platform and go, there's refraction going on there.
What amazes me is the fact that they put all the emphasis on, photos are CGI, photos are this, photos are that. You can't trust images, you can't trust photos. And yet their entire argument hangs on that one photo. And if you look at every single other photo of that platform, it's not the same.
Really? That's
that's a good
the
point.
main thing that bugs you there?
Well, you can also look at you can also look at every fucking photograph of the planet.
Yeah,
those are all CGI.
I mean, you're begging the question, you stupid dumb fucktard. Are you fucking dumb, or shall I fucking spell it out to you? Shall I fuck you hard with R? I'm fucking you with R. Don't you fucking know the globe destroying black swan, you fucking morons? But if you swear, you'll be warmly welcome back on the next show.
Well, you mentioned the photos of Earth. Just look at I'm glad y'all for once that y'all haven't updated my logo on the live stream. I mean, I've had the new one for 6 months now. I mean, come on, man, get on with time. No, but that is Blue Marble 1972. That is a photo on film, way before they had Photoshop or anything like that. And anytime you bring that photo up to any of them, they just deny it.
Hey, the government had Photoshop, though. You don't know.
Yeah,
That's actually their argument.
I would literally accept them. I would accept and move on if one of them just said that's a painting, but they won't even say it's a painting because they know how wrong that would be.
Yeah, but as Keela said, if you're not going to accept photographic evidence of anything, then you can't accept photographic evidence of anything. But that's the point. All they can, their only argument now, because every talking point of theirs has been eviscerated so thoroughly, is I shouldn't be able to see this thing. That's everything they ever say is I shouldn't be able to see this thing. That's all they've got now.
They haven't got a fucking clue. I mean, think about it. Pixar has probably one of the biggest and most advanced rendering farms of about 1,000 computers, and it takes them a half an hour to render one frame of a full action 3D animated movie. Okay? If they're going to do Himawari 8 in CGI, I don't know. You'd need a pretty fucking big rendering farm to do that on a live basis.
I love it when they talk about Himawari 8. It's so bad because they always say this stuff. They always say the stuff like, yeah, but we have the information of the climate all the way up until 2030 or something like that, and you can find all the assets and layers they use that goes into it. And when you actually look into it, you realize that none of them have any idea what they're talking about because it's models that are every 10 years. It's not every single day models. It's every 10 years predictive models on temperature, not even cloud cover. Like it bugs me so much. Sorry.
And then
Himawari.
Bring up the Mongolian fire that Himawari saw and nobody else did.
Yep.
And the whole argument with Pixar is Himawari renders at a higher resolution than Pixar even does.
Exactly.
Higher.
Way higher.
Yeah.
Is this why my fucking NASA checks keep bouncing? Because they're spending all this money on CGI, and I've had 3 NASA checks now that have bounced.
Well, at least you're getting checks that you can get to bounce. I'm not getting anything.
Well, Jet brings up an interesting point because that's another thing they won't let go of. NASA doesn't own the Himawari.
No,
Please. I mean,
Good point.
we don't even. I mean, let's face it, people. We don't even need to look at photographs of the planet to see that it's a globe. Look at a fucking sunset. That don't work on a pizza, does it?
Fuck me. Aristarchus figured it out just through thought alone back in the day. Come on.
Yeah, that was actually the point I made in the last one that I did. I don't know if you guys caught that one where I just looked. It was just about observing the moon and nothing else.
Yes.
And the main point was just you don't have to know what the moon is or what the sun is or what the stars are. The ancients did not know. They had no clue what these objects were, and yet they figured out that the Earth is a sphere.
And what I find very sad, disheartening, funny in a very quizzical sort of way, is here we have a group of people whose goals are to feel special by trying to sound more intelligent than they truly are, and then they open their mouths and say the stupidest dumb fuckery they can think of.
You talking
I'm
about
sorry, but your game plan is not meeting your goals. This is not gaining you acceptance. This is not making you feel special. It's making you feel frustrated. And it's just showing the people that you're not fucking smart, that you're just the biggest dumb fuck walking around. A goddamn drunk baboon makes more fucking sense than you do, you dumb motherfuckers.
Oh, careful.
I was going to say at least...
You're talking about my fucking cousin there.
I was going to say at least a drunk macaque.
Exactly. Allow me to introduce Mr. Dunning-Kruger.
But they put out videos like Quantum Eraser put out proving that the man cannot even add and subtract. And he's proud of it.
Well, Nathan couldn't convert meters into kilometers, could he?
What are the angles in equilateral triangle, bro?
Yeah, I was damn it, Blue, you stole it from me. We could just come up with a list of flat earther quotes that show how they can't do basic math. Quote, I'm going to go get a triangle calculator, unquote, Anthony Riley.
I was going to bring up 10 to the negative 17th as a negative
Well, I mean,
number.
Oh yeah.
Every one of them says the Earth is flat, so I mean that's just enough.
BlueEarthThing. Do you remember that amazing super chat somebody sent on my live stream, the debate you had with Marcus, the second one, where they made a math joke about 10 to the negative 17, and Marcus didn't get it. It was
Hey,
amazing.
Crafty, did the gong win the vote?
The gong seems to have won.
Get it? Oh, that's that, babies. Nathan Oakley, find yourself the back door. There's a dumpster out there. It's labeled the Shills garbage, and it's got a spot just for you, baby. Fuck you. Get out of here.
That didn't even register on the fucking stupid meter. That's just quivering mass of fucking pond scum.
All right. Now, I'm looking through the list here. We've got, Boole, how about Level Earth Observer? How about we go for that one, baby?
Well, before we go to that, I think Aimee has some super chats, and then I would like to ask Big Blue to give us his introduction to Flerf videos.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do on this one. Absolutely.
Thank you. Coming?
Which one are you talking about, Dick?
The snark for 2 pounds said, Earth is a globe. Duh. John Rapp for Australian $5 said, my theory, flerfs are from the left side of the IQ bell curve, where it's flat. And don't get me started on their space Daniel. Denial, or 8-inch envy. Palm face.
That's awesome. Thank you.
If it's a globe, it has to curve 8 inches per mile squared.
Fucking parabola.
I hate that so much. 8 inches per mile squared. I hate that one so much.
Oh yeah, it drives me
All
crazy.
right.
All you have to do is draw it on a graph and see that it's not a sphere.
It's so easy.
Hey, Blue, you want to give the instructions for the next video?
Please do.
I will be happy to. Warning, severe facial and monitor damage alert is in effect. Get out those oven mitts, push the monitors back out of punching range, and let's light this dumpster fire and have some fun.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I tell you what, pull Nathan Oakley in punching range. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Give
Let's
him a
roll
taste
it,
of his
Bill.
own medicine. Oh, that wasn't me. That was Dick's microphone.
Just a quick look at this new Shepard rocket. Not the launch, more so the coming home. The final drawing of the pantomime curtain, so to speak. So let's have a quick look at the ridiculous claims that are being made here. We've got apparently a rocket booster. I'm not sure of the weight. I'm sure it weighs a good few ton, right? It's in free fall, falling back down to Earth, apparently from space. We all know that's nonsense anyway. But we've got this rocket booster falling back down, currently joined the action where the rocket booster's doing 1,700 miles an hour in free fall.
The capsule is about to hit atmospheric pure.
I'm pretty sure the first stage doesn't hit 1,700 miles per hour, or 17,000, excuse me.
No,
that's the final fucking velocity, isn't it? About 17,000 miles an hour.
That's orbit
orbital
speed.
velocity.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just don't understand the point of any of it. All he's saying is that's fake, and he can't say why. That's literally, he could have said one sentence.
Oh yeah. Well, he's doing the argument from incredulity. You really believe that this huge, heavy, fast-moving thing really landed from space? And the answer to that is yes.
Rocket have big engine, go boom.
Yeah, I love how
I'll
he
tell
just
you something,
hand
though.
waves the idea of space away as if there's no evidence necessary that says it doesn't exist. Just hand wave it. It's okay. Nobody will notice.
I tell you what, though, level Earth observer. Do you know what is bringing that back to Earth? Gravity, you dumb fuck. Something else you geezers and fucking, well, you globe-denying penis faces have a problem with. Gravity. Our magic god force, or whatever they call it.
I mean, if we're being honest, the existence of gravity alone disproves flat Earth. That is the only thing you need to talk about. The fact that gravity exists and large, massive objects crush themselves into spheres means the Earth can't be flat. We don't have to talk about anything else. It's over.
Yeah, but it's so easy to say that that's boring.
That's exactly why they keep trying to hand wave gravity away.
Yeah.
You know, but as far as level Earth...
That's why they can't wrap their little pea brains around the concept of conservation of momentum.
Yeah, and then this YouTube creator, Level Earth Observer, just cracks me the fuck up. Because here's a guy, according to his videos, apparently works in one of those really tall industrial cranes, you know, construction cranes, you know, hundreds of feet high. He as he climbs all the way to the operator's cockpit, he can see further and further beyond the horizon the higher he gets. Does it never dawn on him that he's seeing over a curve?
Nah, dude, it's just perspective.
Fucking perspective.
They have absolutely zero concept of scale.
Oh, God.
No. Well, of course they don't. Big numbers scare them. Big numbers scare all conspiracy theorists.
And they can't think in 3 dimensions.
No, like you always hear about the ISS. The ISS is traveling like so many miles an hour, and I saw one. What's the speed of the ISS again? I don't have it on the top of my head.
17,000 kilometers an hour, about 7 kilometers a second.
Yeah, all right. So you got the ISS traveling that fast, and when we docked when SpaceX docked the Dragon X capsule there, I saw so many people screeching. It's like, you believe this thing sped up that fast and caught this ISS that's screaming by? It would have destroyed it. And they don't understand that if you put two things moving at relatively the same speed, it's a small difference between the two.
Yeah.
It's all freaking relative, but no, big numbers scare conspiracy theories.
Just look at the car next to you on the freeway. It looks like it's not moving. It's not that hard to fucking understand.
I battled all through my youth. Like, I used to play baseball, and when I played baseball, I was scared of the ball when the pitcher would throw it at me. So I'd get out of the way. And my dad would look at me and he's like, "How can you like race these go-karts when you're traveling 70 miles an hour, but when the ball is thrown at you at 50, you get scared?" I'm like, "Well, the ball's traveling at me at 50. If I'm in the go-kart, I'm only traveling 2 miles an hour faster than the guy next to me."
Exactly. It's all relative, baby.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
But just the whole like they can't comprehend the station docking or a craft docking with the station. I always go back to that wonderful example from our own Schrodinger's cat. Midair refueling. The exact same thing.
Yeah, that is. You're right.
Do you know what? I was just thinking of that. Funny enough, I was thinking the planes fucking, when they're refueling, I mean, they're just like slowly meet up together. They don't just fucking crash into one another.
Right.
You know, that's exactly you got to look at it. Oh, Blue, sorry, go ahead.
That's actually probably harder to do. Midair refueling is probably harder to do.
Right.
There's no damn
because you're in the atmosphere. Yeah.
There's no damn turbulence in outer space. You got lots of issues if you're trying to fly an airplane that close to another airplane. Man, trust me, I've done it.
That's exactly why I put that in my video, because it just demonstrates how it's tough to do. They train, forever to do that. And also on Navy ships, when we're refueling at sea, you're taking in some cases 100,000 ton ship and pulling it within 100 feet of another 100,000 ton ship.
Wow!
And pumping fuel from one to the other. Yeah, they're only doing about 13 knots, but holy crap, those are gigantic ships.
Yeah, huge weight coming between them, trying to push them apart.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, try this. Hop your happy ass in a Cessna and try to fly 20 feet away from another Cessna. You'll find out real quick how hard that is.
Yeah.
if you want to be even more simpler with the with docking to the IXF, just have your buddy run down the street, and then you try to catch up to him and give him a high five. That's basically what it is. It's gonna hurt like hell if you're standing still, but if you run up next to him and stuff like that, it ain't gonna hurt because you're traveling at the same speed. It's all freaking relative.
That is true.
You
But
ever
no, big
overtaken a
numbers
car?
conspiracy hard.
They don't understand relative. I mean, Big Blue spent the better part of the last year trying to teach QE about relativity.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, they don't even understand fucking bubbles. I mean, half of them think that space is filmed underwater and all those things darting off in different directions are bubbles. I'm sorry, but I was always fucking, well, certainly when I've been in water, breathed out, or fucking farted, the bubbles always seem to go in the same direction, up. They don't fly off in different directions, do they? So why the fuck do they confuse bubbles in space to bubbles in water? Like,
Don't you realize, Jack?
they must confuse their own fucking arsehole with their mouth, because shit just seems to fall out of it.
But don't you realize, Jut, it vaguely resembles a bubble to them, so therefore it is a bubble.
Yeah.
That's my
But
favorite
bubbles
thing.
don't
Is
go
like,
off in different directions, do they? I mean, surely they can't be that fucking ignorantly stupid that, like, they know bubbles everywhere else apart from those special bubbles in that special big swimming pool.
I mean, it
always
looks like a
blows my
mouse on
mind
the
that,
engine,
like,
so it's obviously a mouse.
if you get a look at pictures of them training in the pool, you'll see these, clouds of bubbles. You've got a couple dozen bubbles rising up at a time. In space, you've got one tiny fleck moving in random directions.
Exactly.
It looks like a bubble to them, so therefore it is a bubble, and they're not going to question it. They're not going to. Same thing with the mouse on the engine. It looked like a mouse, so it's a mouse. Yeah, with the moon.
So, should we actually, like, you know what? At this point, I don't remember what he was even saying. Should we go back to it?
Yeah, he was just saying bullshit. Nothing new.
Yeah, more about the pantomime.
Continue.
Well, this is that same fucker who said that Elon Musk is faking it because he's socially awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, same shit.
Yeah, it is.
God damn it.
Would that mean I fake everything?
Well, then so do I.
He was showing the footage of him talking as the Crew Dragon launch happened, or as the docking happened, one of the two. And he wasn't very high energy. He was kind of awkward and tucked in. And he's like, well, he's clearly lying. I'm like, or he's an introvert.
Jeez.
All right. Yeah, we should get back to the video.
Point, that's when it comes back in through the atmosphere.
Well, that was quick.
At that point, it's going to have some good air pressure to be able to push against for those control systems to work with. Now we've got the wedge fins that have deployed. So those are the fins at the top of the rocket that are housed in the ring fin. They keep the rocket stable. They work with the ring fin itself, which centralizes the air pressure that flows through the ring.
2,300 miles an hour now, coming in free fall. I don't know what we're talking
Pause.
about here.
Where's he pulling these numbers from?
On the side, top right.
No, that would be the rectum.
Oh wait, no, is it actually showing the speed there? Then I missed that.
Yeah, on the top right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, he
for once
can't
he wasn't
read.
making it up.
Yeah, he's just reading it off.
Okay.
And I love how he says, and I don't have any idea what's going on. It's like,
She's
it's
explaining.
not
No
hard to
kidding.
fucking figure out. It's a stage of a fucking rocket that's going to self-land.
But no. The broadcast lady is lying, so he has no idea.
Yeah, well, we're also talking about a guy who thinks that relative humidity is this sweat that drips down between his thighs as he's humping his cousin. So, Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, he also believes the Earth is flat, so.
Well, yeah, then he's absolutely fucked in the head if he thinks that. Now, I know this geezer's English, right? But doesn't he fucking realise that the United States of America is an actual place where you can go and fucking witness these fucking launches with your own fucking eyes, for fuck's sake?
I think what's most incredible to me, though, is that you can watch a rocket take off and land, which are the two hardest parts. The part in the middle is not hard. It's just floating in space. So they're watching Like, I could get it if they would say that the whole thing is fake, but you're watching a rocket take off and land. So
And thanks to the ingenuity of SpaceX, we're seeing it one after the other.
Exactly. And it's, I mean, you just can't believe that it went to a place with no air in between. That's the part that you have a hard time with. Look at the incredible feat of technology that you've just witnessed with the takeoff and landing of a rocket ship. What's the problem? Like,
but you saying that actually put a thought in my head. What if when we get to the point where we have them taking off and then landing in the ship, like with Starship, I believe they're intending to land it with the people instead of just parachuting it down. I wonder if that will change minds at all.
Yeah, but the thing is, they also have a problem, don't they, with the fact that they think that rockets should just go straight up into space and then take a fucking sharp angle turn to enter orbit. They think that, like, you know, because it doesn't seem to go, you know, obviously it goes up and then it has to fucking, you know, gain orbit, you know, gain sort of the orbit that it has, you know, gradually, isn't it? You know, it doesn't just fucking fly up there and do a sharp turn. I mean, you wouldn't do it in a car, would you? Well, I certainly wouldn't, unless I was in a bad place.
It goes around Earth. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just it. They don't understand how an orbit is achieved or works. Like I've heard a flat earther legitimately ask, at what altitude do you suddenly start to float in space? And the really disappointing thing was that whoever he was debating didn't know the answer. And so I was just sitting there at my desk going, it's called relative velocity. They're in free fall. It's not that there's no gravity. It's microgravity. That's why we call it microgravity. But they have no idea that it's just sufficient or sufficient horizontal velocity in a frictionless environment. So they just think it gets up there and then it starts floating around the Earth.
It's because
they don't know that they're falling. They don't understand that they're still falling.
It's being
permanent with style.
It's being permanently at the top of a roller coaster ride for forever. That's got to be a giddy feeling. You know what I'm saying? No wonder they get sick.
What they don't realise is if you actually just stopped the fucking International Space Station, it'd fall back to Earth.
Yep.
Yeah, and it wouldn't make it back in one piece.
No, it wouldn't.
No, but they just have a surface level knowledge of it. They have the base kindergarten knowledge of in space you float.
Yeah.
That's the knowledge.
Yeah, that's if they believe in space.
Well, yeah, but you go when you launch a rocket, you go up and then you orbit. They don't have a knowledge of anything else other than that. They just have the 2 bits, and it's the surface level, and that's all they need because they want to debunk something.
Yeah, but BlueEarthThing, let's face it here. We're talking about people that are about as thick as manure and yet half as useful. So what do you really expect, right?
Yeah. But it doesn't just stop with the flat earthers with that lot. Like, all the conspiracy theorists are that way. Like, most of them are. They just
very much so.
Surface level knowledge. Like, when I talked to Marcus, he was trying to argue that the vacuum difference between low Earth orbit and the moon is so drastic that we should see the difference on camera or something like that. Just because the 2 numbers are different.
Right.
Without knowing. Sorry,
well, that was the math joke that came out on stream. Someone said, I'm going to fudge the numbers because I'm not that good at math, but it was essentially, I felt really bad that I gambled away $24 times 10 to the negative 17, and then I realized I only lost $25.
Yeah.
The problem with these clerks is they think that the Galactic maid with her vacuum cleaner from Spaceballs is a real thing.
Yeah, I said that on one of my debunks. They think that a vacuum is a vacuum cleaner. They don't know the difference.
Yeah, no.
That's surface level. They only have a surface level knowledge of a vacuum.
I've got a question for you, Dave.
Yeah.
Let's all say it together with Professor Dave. Space or vacuum.
Vacuums don't suck. Yeah.
Here's
hey
a
guys.
radical.
I actually have to hop off here. It's the bedtime routine for the kiddo. I got to help with the bath time and all that business.
Okay, that's
no problem.
So apologies
No
about
problem.
that.
No
But,
worries. Thanks very much for joining us, man. We really
absolutely.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
No,
thanks, Dave.
yeah, this is
Thank you
fun,
so
and let's do it another time.
It was cool meeting
Excellent.
you.
We would love to have you back, Dave. That was fantastic. What do you say, everybody watching in the chat there? Let's say goodnight and thanks for joining to Professor Dave Explains. That was such a great time, man. We have to do this again.
Bye, man.
Bye, everybody. See you soon. Talk to you soon.
Take care, man.
Take care.
Good to talk to you, man.
All right, so now I'm the big boy in the guests. You must
No,
me.
now our IQ's gone down
No.
by 155.
I still think Big Blue has you beaten there.
Yeah, but Blue's a regular on Friday now. We list him in the credits. He's not a guest.
He's a shill. Yeah.
He's
That's
one
right.
of us.
You
That's
know?
right. I've become one of you guys, I think.
Yes, he is one. You know.
Absolutely.
A big one.
So, speaking of one, why don't we listen to one dumb son of a bitch?
Okay, sounds good, man.
Fucking crack on.
A good few ton doing nearly 2,300 mile an hour in free fall, yeah?
Fin keeps it nice and upright, just aerodynamically. Of course, it works in concert with the aft fins, which you saw going through their bit checks right before flight.
We're now up to nearly 2,600 mile an hour in free fall.
Thank you.
That's some pretty good camera work, mind. Following something that's doing 2,600 mile an hour in free fall. That's some camera work. Fair play, fella.
Again, everybody, for joining us live for this 10th mission of the New Shepard test program. Everything looks
Right, starting to slow down now. Although I can see from the craft.
Yeah, pause.
I mean, like, what does he think he's looking at? All right, I know that the geezer hasn't actually been and witnessed it with his own eyes, but I mean, it's fucking there. Enough people watch these fucking launches, you know? I mean, what? Why can't they get it? Oh my word! Do you know what? I like to fucking go and find this geezer's crane, right? Drag him out of his fucking crane, stick him to the fucking deck, climb up the crane, and then hook the little fucker and bring him right up. And I'd take him so fucking high on his crane, I'd say, "Can you see the curvature?" I mean, he probably wouldn't because his eyes are round or something.
Well,
monkey.
Yeah.
Go Blue. Go Blue.
What you get out of it? What you get out of this dipshit? If you don't have that video, is why don't you guys have a video of this? Why can't you guys show us a video of that thing doing that? And then when you show them the video, it's how the hell can you do that? How the fuck can you get that video?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys caught it, but what he's being incredulous about is that the camera operator can keep this fast-moving object in frame. Yeah, he's a fucking highly trained professional. That's about like saying in your industrial 400-foot tall fucking crane, how can you pick up a 5-ton girder, move it 400 feet up, 300 feet across, and then place it within inches of where you need it to be for the fucking welder to do his goddamn job?
Not only that, hang on, because we're not talking about an amateur cameraman here. This is SpaceX's camera, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like the entire trajectory of the booster has already been planned, and they know exactly where it's going to fucking go.
And by the way, it's coming back toward the damn camera.
I was gonna say, I've got 3 words for you, South Park style. It's coming right for us.
It's worse than all that.
If you look though, you can Red's Rhetoric and Astronomy Live did a live feed where it was unbroken video where you can see the rocket launch and the boosters coming back down all in the one shot.
You guys are missing the point here. This is simply physics. Light travels faster than sound. And this is why some people appear bright until you hear them speak.
It's even worse than all that because this thing is far away from the camera. that means when it's moving across the screen, it's not moving that fast relative to you because it's so far away. It's like looking at a plane. That plane is traveling at 500 miles an hour up in the air, but
and it's barely moving.
It's barely moving. Just put your own camera to it, and that plane is way closer to you than that rocket is to this cameraman. Like, and it's moving towards you, and you know where it's going, and you've had the production meeting beforehand that tells you, all right, you're going to follow it, following down. It's going to follow this angle straight down, and you're likely on a tripod that's automated. Like, have you ever seen the tripods they use and the cameras they use to do this? There's this thing called automation that helps out the cameraman too. And it's a skilled cameraman. Why would you think it wouldn't be possible for you to follow this freaking rocket down?
Well, I know why he thinks that. It wouldn't be possible for him to follow the rocket down.
Oh, you're right.
That's right.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, he couldn't follow the fucking rocket down. He can barely follow a fucking thought.
That's true too.
He can barely follow someone following the rocket.
Yeah, I'm too dumb to do it. Therefore, everybody else is too dumb to do it.
This cat can't even follow the plot in a porn movie, for the love of God.
I mean, to be fair, I'm distracted when I watch those, so I can't follow them either.
Oh, geez. Aimee, save us.
Sure, definitely.
John Rep frustrated $5. Stop sending me super chats. Wonderful times. We're actually going to space. Back to your caves, flerfs. Get out of the way. And big shout out to Big Blue's balls. Show your work.
Thank you so much.
You guys making Matthew say naughty things.
Yes.
Cool. And let's welcome our newest member.
That's a new subscriber, right? Martin H.
A new member.
Thanks.
It is.
Oh, why does it say subscriber on the screen then?
No, it's a subscriber. Yep.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Thanks, Martin.
Oh, yeah. Thanks either way.
Welcome.
So we get back to the stupid babies.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I really want to hear him make a point.
We get paid.
You know that's not going to happen. You know.
You'll be waiting a very long time.
There's been no deployment at this point in time of drag brakes. So somehow this thing is now slowing down before the drag brakes have been deployed.
Somehow.
It's on the fucking left side of the screen, you dipshit. Look right there. Wedge fins deploy. Do you see the meter there yet? You goddamn son of a bitch. It's right in front of you. You fucking know it. You're disingenuous piece of shit. And you know what? I seriously would love to tip. Nah, you know what? I'm not even going to do it. Fuck you.
See, here's an amazing thing. When I started playing Kerbal a little while ago, like, I don't know how to fly a plane in real life. I'm not qualified to do a lot of these things, so I do it in Kerbal. And I'm going along in Kerbal in my airplane here, and I need to get back to the runway, but I got to slow down first. And I hit this button that says air brakes, and you know what happens? A couple of lifting surfaces on the plane move slightly, and suddenly we're slowing down. It's like fucking magic.
Too much logical sense doesn't exist. Doesn't exist.
Not to mention, it's got to go through the atmosphere. That's going to slow it down a bit, I think.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly what's slowing it down right now.
All of this makes way too much sense. It doesn't exist. No, it's just fake. It's just fake because I say it is.
Oh, man.
Do you think it's easier just to admit that it's to believe that it's fake than admit that you're stupid?
Yeah.
It's easier on your own psyche.
And
yeah, that's what it is.
You know what's if they actually thought about it logically, of course they have to stabilize it before they ignite the rocket. Can you imagine if that thing was pointing the wrong way when they hit that thing off?
A free falling booster and you just fire the engine. Yeah, I never even thought of that.
That sounds fun. Let's do that.
I'm gonna try that in Kerbal and see how it goes.
Yeah. Let's do it. That sounds like a blast.
You will have built yourself a lawn dart, is what you will have done.
That I would love to see.
Everyone
Lawn
under
dart.
35 is thinking, "What the hell's a lawn dart?"
I know what a
Yeah,
lawn
and everyone
dart is.
over 35 is thinking, whose head is it going to land in?
Right.
Jeez, I know what a lawn dart is.
Oh, man. All right. So we do have a couple of other fucking, I don't know, we could call them people, but that's really a reach. Should we open the gong on this one? Do we even have the vote going?
I think it won already. I mean,
I don't know about you guys, but after this, between Oakley and Level Over the Observer, I'm ready for a fucking puppy video. Jesus fucking Christ. I need to go to my happy place.
It's all a pantomime. I know where he got that. The last time he wanted to make love to his wife, she said, "Oh, that pantomime again."
I love it.
Couple reasons. So you're saying these last two videos, that's going to do it for you, but not staring at Dick Dawson's face? That usually makes me want to have some eye bleach, man.
Hey, I'm not Reds. Come on now. Like, just serious. It's not that fucking bad.
No, but you're like the Canadian version.
He's got his hair down. It's all right. He's like an Adonis.
Yeah, but the hair distracts from the schnoz, you know.
It gets better.
Have you ever seen Fabio drunk?
Have you ever seen Fabio after he got hit in the face with that goose?
Fuck. Take off, eh?
That really is like my favorite random celebrity story ever. Fabio actually got hit in the face with a goose on a roller coaster.
You can't make that. Is he a flat earther? You can't make that up.
That was actually about 30 minutes from where I live in Williamsburg, Virginia. Yeah, Busch Gardens. The local radio station morning show.
Yeah.
Boom, baby.
Wait a minute. Did
the roller
Schrodinger
coaster
just
was
get gonged off?
I
guess so.
Yes.
But here's the funny part: the roller coaster was called Alpengeist, and the local radio station made a fake commercial about it and started calling it Alpengoose.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Oh, man. Okay. Let me look into the bag of tricks here and see what we got going on. Okay. So let me call this out, guys. We already played that stupid son of a bitch. We've got a YouTube channel called Wacky Navjeet. NASA's Sun Simulator, seen over Bathinda, Punjab, India. NASA's Sun. We've got to do that, don't we? Don't we?
Wait, hold on. What's the name of the channel?
It's called Wacky Navjeet. Navgeet.
Oh, golly. We must see that.
So
I know.
I've got to ask a preliminary question, which is, what was projecting the sun for the 10,000-ish years of recorded history prior to NASA?
What the bloody hell is going on here?
That was the aliens from the fake hollow moon.
God.
I thought it was somebody else. I had to go look at the channel. I thought it was somebody else's channel. I was gonna be all over it.
Okay, so I don't even know what to say here because this is, I mean, Blue, I'm sorry, but Big Blue, you're going to have to do the intro again on this one.
Again? I got to do it again.
Yes.
Oh, no. All right, here we go. Warning. Severe facial and monitor damage alert is in effect. Get out the oven mitts, push the monitors back out of punching range, and let's light this dumpster fire and listen to some bullshit.
Hey, what kind of good guys? This video over my house, Bathinda, Punjab, India, 29th of July 2019. The time was 6 p.m. Around 6 p.m. Look at that, the very big sun, crazy sun I caught on my camera. Look at that, the shape of the sun, the size of the really huge sun. This is a NASA Sun Simulator caught on my camera.
What the fuck is he talking about?
He doesn't know what glare is.
I don't know, but all of a sudden I have a craving for a 7-Eleven Slurpee.
He's looking at a oh Jesus! He's looking at the sun,
or he used
and
to
it's
be one.
just he's looking at the sun, and it's a very nice looking sun, but it's just the sun. There's
it's a ton of
nothing
glare.
unusual about it.
Well, in relation to the sun, look how huge that cloud is.
Almost like it's closer.
Right.
No, really? You think?
I mean, how you can see the rays.
This sun is small. That sun is far away.
Far away.
Is this Grover? Near, far. Near, far.
No flat earther has ever been able to explain to me when I asked them, if the sun is just above the clouds, why aren't airlines crashing into it? And I never get an answer.
No flat earther's ever been able to answer anything, bro.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, should we let him do a little bit more?
Oh yeah.
If you can understand.
This is a really very strange. Look at that big sun. I know the sun is a very big star, but when I shoot this video, during the shoot of video, I very surprised because the sun they release the artificial light. It feels like a bulb. Artificial light. I'm sure, guys, what I'm saying. You understand? You must understand. This is not our sun. This is definitely a sun simulator, NASA's fake sun. I know, guys, few people don't know the truth about the sun simulator.
This guy's a Poe. There's no way this guy's real. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I'm leaning that way too.
I don't believe it.
Because there's nothing here.
Can we talk about the UFO that's going around the screen right there, the little blue dot? That's not a lens flare. That's definitely not a speck on his camera. That's definitely a UFO flying right into the sun.
I'm gonna be honest. When this video first started, I saw that lens flare and I thought, "Oh my God, is he gonna say it's a fake sun because there's two of them?"
That's exactly what I thought.
I think this guy's a Poe.
I think he might be.
I don't believe it. I don't believe someone can look up in the sky. Then again, people believe weird things. I don't believe this guy can just look at the sky and make a video and say, that's not the sun. That's a fake sun. That's NASA's sun. I don't believe it, man.
Yeah, I mean, it seems hard to believe, but then again, you got Flat Earth Fokker walking around a parking lot and going, everything's green. Why is everything green?
Oh my God, I remember that video.
These people think the Truman Show is like a documentary, I swear.
Jeez.
When really Idiocracy was a documentary.
It wasn't meant to be, but it turned into one.
You know, there's an ancient proverb that relates directly to flat Earth belief. Knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad.
Nice.
Somehow that makes more sense than this fucking video.
I think Tatty opened the poll, so we will open the voting and we will decide whether or not this absolute, what would you call it? Somebody who spews maggots from their mouth as they talk? Is that a good description? I don't think shit flap of a fucking vocal cord deserve. I think he could do. But we'll open the voting. We'll let him. I don't know. It's diarrhea of the mouth. Maybe does that work? And we'll see where we're at.
Yeah, let's let him put a little bit more.
As long as he knows how to get me.
They always the negative commenting on my videos and they dislike my videos because they have a YouTube channel because of the negative commenting. They don't have any knowledge. So what do you think, guys, about that? If you have any kind of interesting information regarding this, please below the comment or email me, or if you have any interesting email, you can video, you can email me. You can find my email in my description.
And press the I button. You can find lots of interesting videos, guys. Please, guys, one my request, humble request. If you love my video, please, guys, don't forget to hit the like button, because when you like my video, then I feel out of the world. Feel really great. And then you score really double when you like my video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Look at Dad. Definitely, look at Dad. Huge big sun. Strange sky. Nasa some sea water. Nasa's always my.
Pause. Right there. That was the hand of God.
I'm wondering though, a lot of us we imbibe in intoxicating substances during the show, beer, whatever, whatever your poison is. How intoxicated does an individual have to believe the bullshit? And in ingesting that much substance, how close are you to fucking death?
Logical. I think you made some defaming statements. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well,
I thought a bong there would be a really nice ripping sound, but I don't have one.
I just took a glance at this guy's other videos just for fun. It's like UFO lights caught on camera. It's freaking Venus. It's just Venus. Man.
Oh! Kevin, would you care to carry us out, buddy?
You know what? I forget this guy's name, but you know what I have to say to you, sir. Thank you. Come again.
Everybody needs a little Simpsons in life, baby. I love it. Now, let me look in our bag of tricks here. We're only at 102 minutes. I think we got time for another one here, especially with the gong open. So, we have... damn it. You know what? The more beer you drink, the harder reading gets. I don't know. I find that in life.
Dick, why don't we make this easy? We got my 2 cents in the fucking live chat. Why don't we drag him in here and have a chat with him?
Holy fuck. Shall we do it, guys?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Who is this?
He did say something funny a little while ago that I wanted to hear him explain. He says an equatorial mount proves that the sky is moving and the earth isn't.
All right, no,
well, I have one, and it does not.
Bring him on. Let's go.
My 2 cents. My 2 cents. My 2 cents. If you want to join the show, I will send you the Google link, or one of us fuckers will. Are you on Discord? Can we find you on Discord? That's the easiest for us right now. Let me know. Until then, we can, disparagingly talk about them.
While you're figuring that out, you say. He says everything disappears bottom first because of an angle of view combined with the Rayleigh criterion, which always has its greatest effect where the angle from the eye to the bottom of an object versus the top. First of all, word salad. Second,
yes.
Let's see some calculations, my friend.
Absolutely. Yeah, you've got some astronomers in here. BlueEarthThing, guest on the panel tonight, is building a proper observatory. Bring that shit on. I would love to see this, baby. Holy
yeah, it
fuck.
should be done in a couple of months. And once it is, I am technically the lead astronomer, even though I'm not an astronomer. Let's go.
So real quick, I've just dropped my email in the chat there for my 2 cents. If you want to come on, email me and I will send you the link right now.
As everybody knows, Crafton has full reign in this group. You get a hold of her, you're on the show. That's it.
Yeah.
And it would be nice to get a response to you, because we are talking directly to you now, and you're speaking to people in the chat. That's little rude, sir.
I love guys like him that want to use all the educated words without any fucking clue what the hell they mean.
I honestly don't believe he could explain Rayleigh criterion.
No, I doubt he could.
Really doubt it.
He probably believes that crepuscular rays prove a local sun.
And yet planes don't crash into the sun.
God damn. How long does it have to cool off before we change the bulb?
Okay. Why, it should not take this hard for you to type yes or no. What is wrong with you people?
He can't figure out typing, bro. It's too
One word: cowardice.
Okay, let me help you. Y-E-S. And then you hit the big enter key.
All of his comments are cut and pasted, so he can't find a yes or no.
He left. He's not in the chat anymore. Oh wait, hang on.
Man.
Oh, he is.
He
Never
might
mind.
be because people are tagging him. Gary Wybenga, come on the show. We know it's you, my 2 cents. So come on and see if you can do anything more than copy pasta.
Is that
Yep.
Yes,
who it
it's
is?
his copy.
Good old Gary Winbag, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that-
Gary Winbeck. Come on,
Gary, come on, buddy.
Just
You
very
know you've
quickly,
been
we
wanting
should.
a piece of me since Soundly's chat. Come on.
Hey, speaking of Soundly, did you guys see he started reposting recently? I saw a post from him like 10 days ago or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
And I was so excited. We have to get Soundly on the show if he's back in action.
Oh, absolutely.
yes.
But
I like
guys, I do want to mention for my 2 cents, because we haven't mentioned this part 2 of me yet. And remember, flat earthers are like skittish deer. If you do come on, we won't come at you all at once here. Everybody will mute except one person at a time, and you can have a reasonable discussion with us. We're not
Yes,
going to dogpile you.
No, exactly. We come off like a pack of wolves very much when we're doing our debunking. But if you want to come on for a one-on-one chat, we will, at your agreement, nominate one moderator, and the rest will sit back as like color commentators to discuss things in between your breaks when you do a real debate. We got the formula set, no problem. Guys, do you mind if I take the floor for a second? Because it's the 200th episode, and I want to address the viewers, the members, and the people that super chat and stuff. Am I cool here? Is that good?
Please do.
Go ahead.
So, number one, to our members and patrons, you guys are unbelievable. We're in the background right now spending money on some really serious mics and whatnot to really bring our show up to a serious high quality. And we can't thank you guys enough, because the support means everything to us. We're really bringing this into a high level. We have 3D modeled avatars coming soon. Full-on 3D sets where we can move the camera around in and whatnot. We're going to have actual live motion 3D avatars within the next few months and stuff. We have some
Hey, Dick.
serious stuff going on in the background, all because of you guys.
Hey, Dick, DKG Custom says, fuck you.
Yeah, well, you know what, DKG Customs. He hates that so much. Number two, to everybody who's been in our chat and driving the action, and especially everybody who's been super chatting. Again, you guys are in the exact same category that I just mentioned. All of the super chats have gone towards gear and helping us move forward and really bring a professional show to everybody. And we can't thank you guys enough. Now, we have in the background talked about the autism show and a few things we're going to be bringing to the channel, hence the name change from TheShills to the EiE Network. And the autism show is done and ready. We are booking now. If you have autism in your family, whether or not you have it or your children have it or maybe your cousins or stuff, we want to hear from you guys, because we are bringing this on the show live as a group discussion. We've got a private chat in the EiE Network Discord for people with autism in the family, so that you can open up and feel free to talk, because it's only you guys in the chat. We got this. It's going to be a great thing. We have everything ready to bring Quiplash and a few other game shows to the channel coming up. And we have some great game nights coming. There's a lot of shit coming up, so watch this fucking space, because I tell you, it's about to explode. I'm done. Thank you for giving me the floor.
And fuck my 2 cents. You know what? I'm already sick of this little fucker. We are speaking directly to you on the show. Stop talking to John in the chat. We asked you a fucking yes or no question. Answer it.
Yeah, but he can't, and he can hear what's going on. But DK, Blue Earth, you're going to back me up here. He hears what we're talking about. He knows he's got nothing. He's not coming on. That was a fool's errand, right?
Yeah, there's no way he's coming on.
Well, of course,
No
but
way.
I want to hear him fucking say it.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll never ever admit to being completely without testicles.
No, but he is literally the anal suppository of flat Earth.
Exactly.
No, I mean, these globe denying fucktards, right? And this is one of them, isn't it? I mean, they are the bottom feeding scumbags of the intellectual ladder.
Yeah. I think my 2 cents' real name is Johnny. He's got to be, because they wrote a song about him. And here comes Johnny with his pecker in his hand. He's a one-ball man, and he's off to the road he goes.
Piss me off, you fucking jerk.
jerks.
Get off nerves.
My 2 cents should be my 2 IQ points. You're a dumb fuck if you think the Earth's flat. Get a fucking grip on reality, mate. Look at a sunset. If it's supposed to be above your head, why the fuck, when it's setting and rising, is it cut in half by the ground you're fucking standing on? Answer me that, and when you can convince me that it's possible on a flat Earth, then we'll move on to something else, like, I don't know, the moon.
Yeah. I think we have
But I'll be waiting a long, long time for you to fucking explain a simple sunset. That just shows you how fucking deluded you fucking backward thinking, globe-denying twats really are.
Yeah, who's going to be waiting longer, Jet? Me or you? You for them to explain something like that, or me for them, one of them to walk into my office and say, I need some help?
Yeah, good point.
Now, let me point out to everybody in the chat, Dead Kennedy just timed out my 2 cents. When
Now,
you
why
see
did I
one of
do
the
that?
Shills doing it, it's fucking free for all. Let them have it, baby.
Can anyone please explain for me, why did I do that?
Because he was being rude, and he would not answer you directly.
I wasn't paying attention, but I just support you.
The whole panel is directly addressing him, and he could just say, no thanks. You could
Or
just
even
be
just
a
fuck
decent
off.
human being. But if you're not going to answer the question at all, you can fuck off and I'll make you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just tell me to
Do you
fuck
think he
off.
has
I'd be
a
happy
beard?
with that.
Do you think
We're
he
giving
has
you-
the actual?
I tell you what, buddy.
Man, get the fuck in here. It's free, for fuck's sakes. Don't worry about it. The butt cream is complimentary.
Like,
I tell you what, though, everyone thinks I'm being rather generous with 2 IQ points. Tor, logic of the gods, 2 IQ points. You flatter him.
do you think he has the stream muted and is just only looking at the chat?
He's watching
maybe,
Pornhub.
Well, no, because I actually several times have pasted my own Gmail account for him to message me for him to get on the show, and he won't do it because he's a chicken shit, and I think we should just ignore him.
I think
Yeah,
so.
let's just
I
move
just
on.
gotta. Well, I gotta do 2 things. I'm gonna hand it over to Aimee really
He
quickly.
called it.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I do gotta turn things over to Aimee really quickly, but I just love that following my actions here, we've got my 2 cents was timed out by the new non sequitur. My 2 cents was timed out by Booleanenator. My 2 cents was timed out by the snark.
And you've got to understand my 2 cents. We don't fuck with people. You got to be the ultimate bitch to get fucked with on our channel, you little shit.
All right, Aimee. We have some things to get caught up on there.
You guys stop talking. No, shh. Elia, I have a comment to read first, and it says, Elia Moon says, I love you all. You all are family. We love like family, we disagree like family, and we move forward like family. And Matt has some super chats to read as well, too. So let's get to those.
And Elia is not wrong, baby.
That's right. She's not. Okay, here's the first one.
My 2 butts for $2 said, you like my new name? Thanks, my 2 cents.
That's
And
Mr.
then-
Victory, right?
John
Yes.
Rap for Australian, $2. Stop saying Australian, $2. Stop saying Australian. Serious Shills? Get that up, you flerfs.
Thank you very much.
So we're gonna get on to a new video.
Well, what do we got here? We're at 114 minutes, right? We usually like to wrap at 2 hours, but you know, it is the 200th episode of the Shills. So, do we want to wrap at 2? Does anybody give a fuck?
Man, let's give them one more, man. They've earned it.
Yeah.
I'm having way
My
too
dry
much
fucks
fun.
are so fucking empty.
We got a
I'm down for
shorty.
it. Yeah.
We got a shorty. We could throw out the.
All right, Bull, let it on us, man. Your intro.
This is the top 3
Bull,
glow killers, baby. The top 3.
Well, we've
glow
got a
killers.
shorty. We've got a shorty, but is it her birthday?
You say it's your birthday.
It might be. It might be.
All right, Bull called it,
Worst
baby.
joke
Let's
I've ever
rock
made.
that shit, brothers.
Well, suppose if I give them the truth, that's not enough. I gotta give them something else.
No, but they didn't think it was going to be this quick. I didn't imagine it would be this quick. I mean, they've been saying, oh, where's this one piece of shining evidence or proof that we're not on the globe? And, well, we have it now. And
gas pressure
I
without
don't think they were ready for
I
it.
could start with gas pressure. How about gas pressure without
Let's remember hold on. Hold on. There's a top three. Right, this is the top three. Dun 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 dun. And at number 3, it's Coriolis effect. If Earth's spinning, there must be a deviation, and there isn't. Dun 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 dun. And in at number 2, it's gas pressure without a container. If the sky was a vacuum, the gas we're breathing would.
I knew that was coming.
Okay. So, first of all, once again, I would like to point out that this channel uses copyrighted artwork that is not theirs, that is not free to be reproduced. Belongs to someone on DeviantArt. But we've already gone over gas pressure without a container is not the second law of thermodynamics, and we don't have gas pressure anyway. We have atmospheric pressure. Anybody else? Go ahead.
Well, the Coriolis effect is real, and also I'd like to point out that my channel has terrible production value, but at least I don't sing the show tunes in between, a list of things that I'm naming.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
Did anyone see?
We spoke about this a little bit earlier, but these are my top 3 globe killers. Giant impact, from a comet or meteor from outer space, the end of our sun, or possibly us. They're my top 3 globe killers.
It's a good top 3.
That's pretty good. I was wondering what the third one was going to be.
Real quickly. So, for anyone that hasn't seen my channel, I've just put up a link there. Myself and Hugh Jars, our first video was actually debunking this very video.
That's
that
awesome.
That was one of my first videos. So I've just posted a link to that exact the video that we're watching now being debunked by me and Hugh.
Yeah, and also he opens it up with just that classic Fleur fucking hand wave something away. You can't just say the Coriolis effect isn't real because there's no deviation. Motherfucker, show me!
That's what I was about to say. He just lists these things. He doesn't explain anything. He just lists it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm from Missouri originally, goddammit. You gotta fucking show me!
I have two 4-letter words for Nathan. Open pipe. Get over it.
Yeah.
So it's got Charlie uniform November Tango. Then they're my 4 words for him.
The air pressure one always bugs me. It's like it's the old. What was the thing that I think Reds came up with it a while back? It was just, is there a difference in air pressure between the ground and the top of Mount Everest? Okay, if there is, where does it stop? It just keeps going up. Where does it stop?
I think it's more about needing the dome to feel important. It's that idea that you need to feel. If we don't have the dome holding us in, well, then that means that the Earth is tiny in comparison to all of the universes. And the whole central point of flerfs seems to be that they want to be this, and they need to be the center of the universe.
That is true.
That's what it comes down to.
That is true. That is it.
Not only that, but like the existence of a dome, in my opinion, if that were to be the case, that looks more like something a creator would put there compared to reality, the chaos of reality. Like a dome is like God gave us a little lid to put on the pizza, and now we're all safe and protected. Like that's the narrative that pushes.
Hey, here's the problem. If you had a dome, though, you wouldn't have an atmospheric pressure gradient. It would act like a fucking oxygen tank, and it would be the same pressure top to bottom.
No, but let's just assume that there is a thing that's pulling things down. Let's assume we're under a dome, and gravity for some reason doesn't turn the Earth into a ball. Let's just assume those two things real quick. You can still have a pressure gradient within the dome. You can still have it. You can even still have a vacuum at the very top.
You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem is, after 150,000 years of human existence, we'd all be choking on fucking carbon monoxide by now.
You're right.
It would definitely need some porosity.
Not to mention all the volcanism that goes on that
Yeah.
thickens the goddamn atmosphere.
Would anybody like to know what the title of my next video is?
Please.
I'd love
It's going to
probably
be
got
called.
something real.
Well, it's actually, you know,
Guys, you can't talk over him if he's gonna fucking say it.
Yeah.
All right,
I was thinking, can he speak?
Let's- okay, my turn. Great. The next video is called "Ding Dong, the Dome is Dead."
Good name.
That's awesome. Blue, you know
love
what's
it.
really funny? While we were listening, I think it's while we were listening to Oakley's video, and somebody said something about other photos of the Black Swan not showing, you know, their famous photo that shows their narrative, or what they think is their narrative. I went and searched. I Google searched for Black Swan debunked, and I was trying to find. I'd seen other images where the second platform is much lower on the horizon, and the first one I find is a thumbnail for your video.
Yeah.
I only knew it was because.
Do you know what, right?
Can we get Aimee in?
Yes, Aimee does need in. Although we may have surprised her there.
I tell you what, then I'll say something because I was going to say something. Isn't it funny though, like how we know sort of like we know facts about what's going on, like the distance to the sun, for instance, what's going on in the sun, how far the moon is, what causes eclipses, both. So we know these things, but if you ask them anything like, well, how high is your dome? Well, we don't know. Well, you know, I mean, how high is the sun then? And well, we don't even know what the sun is. You don't fucking know a lot, considering you claim to know everything.
Well, they don't claim to know everything. They just know what everything wasn't.
That's right. Therefore, knowing what everything wasn't, they can pretty easily assume that what they think it is.
If they get that far.
Basically, yeah. Which is basically bollocks.
It's why I don't cover them very much anymore. It's just because it's too easy now. Every argument's been made against them, and they've just been put into a state of just straight denial.
Yeah.
Everything they have nowadays is just denial, 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 denial. They have nothing new. They've been routed.
I would even say that Nathan Thompson is probably like the prime example of like a terminal case, because there's no person there anymore. He's just buzzwords and rhetoric. He's not even a person.
Well, yeah, because
let's just dump the word new and just say they have nothing, period.
They never did have anything, but it's just when you take the strategy that we all took on them, which is the figures that they are, route them down, put their arguments into the ground and bury them, and everything like that. The people who were the big time believers, like the Nathan Thompson, the people who were the figureheads, they're going to get polarized so far into it and so far into denial that they don't turn into anything. But the benefit of doing that is that the people who were on the fence, I believe that we've steered them away from flat Earth. They're not even going to take it seriously at this point.
You know, it's a good point. If we are the ones who manage to like drive the movement, the flat Earth movement, into this radicalized like cartoon of itself, it's gonna die out. No one's gonna join that movement.
No one is, and I'll be honest. I don't want to see anybody turn into a husk of what Nathan Thompson has, of just buzzwords and rhetoric. I don't want to see anybody have that happen to him.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
That's what's going to happen and that's what did happen with the strategy that this community took towards the flat Earth, of making fun of them and just straight up debunking them like crazy.
I just had the most hilarious thought. Like, what if you're a freshman college and you go in your physics class and the professor walks out with a sledgehammer and a ping pong ball and just starts bouncing it on there and just rattling off physics equations? Like, that's just...
Well, the kids might actually be into that.
Yeah.
It was fucking Nathan Thompson. But I mean, like, you know, they've got nothing, as we say, and just repeat the same old bollocks, which, in a sense, we have to keep on repeating the same stuff to them. So, you know, it's just obviously we have our own styles. And I'll tell you something, there is some fucking awesome new creators, the likes of you, Keely, Irish Demon. I've seen a couple of others I can't think off the top of my head. But, you know,
baby.
There's great...
Cheese Mondo. Love
yes,
it.
Mondo, yeah.
Yes. And, you know, and they've all got fresh angles, and it's obviously like their own sort of comedy value and that. So, and I think the more of us that just keep coming out in force, they don't have really many new channels coming up. Well, I don't find any. You see a couple that might only have a few videos on, and then you actually look and it's like, 6 months ago or something, and it's shit anyway. Yeah. But like they just, I mean, yeah, it is fucking. I think we are slowly just driving them into the ground, and they are fucking looking more and more stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Hang on. What's that quote? It's best to let the unreasonable opposition speak because they manifest themselves as unreasonable.
Yeah.
Very true.
I think after Flat Earth was brought out to the public a lot through that documentary Beyond the Curve, it's nowhere near taken seriously. It never was taken seriously before, but it's beyond a joke at this point to the public.
Yeah.
To the vast
and also what YouTube done to them. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, they've just been fucking battered, haven't they? And they're still trying to spout their bollocks, but they've just been battered.
I think
you know, I'm already looking at other topics and stuff, thinking like, you know, I'll always pop back and do a fucking Flat Earth because it's, you know, it's what brought us together, and they are funny as fuck. And occasionally you see one, so I will always pop back and do one. But like, there's so much other fucking dumb shit on the internet.
Honestly, what YouTube has done to the conspiracy theorists and things like that, I think that's only given them. I think that gave them ammunition.
It does feed into their persecution narrative.
It feeds right into their narrative.
Yeah.
When you do that to them, I would rather have their arguments brought out to public, just like it did in the documentary. I would rather have that, because I'll put it, when I talk to other people about the flat Earth, and when I talk to them about flat earthers and things like that, they'll laugh a little bit, and then they'll state the most basic things, but they never realize how dumb the flat earthers actually are, because they'll always say stuff like, "Oh, people don't really think this, do they? Like, people don't really believe these things."
Yeah.
And then I'll bring up, like, my favorite one to bring up is the birthday cake, or not birthday cake Earth, but it's the multiple suns. How the one dude said that there was like 5 or 6 different suns, and then our sun that we currently have ate them all, and that's how all the continents got out of the ice or something like that. And I know a couple years ago someone said that.
The Pac-Man sun?
Well,
Super
yeah, the Pac-Man sun, yeah. No one believed it. And then once you say it, it gets such a huge laugh out of people. And I think that's the key to defeating them, is bringing your argument to the light and then laughing at them.
Yeah. Well, we got and some people. I think you was there, Dick. Maybe a couple of others on there, and maybe you, Logical. When Flat Earth Aussie Jesus, or Roscoe as he's now called, was claiming that the sun, we all have our own apparition of the sun.
Oh God!
Fuck.
Well, yeah.
So like wherever you are, you get your own sun, basically, your own apparition of it. And no one knows really where the sun actually is. It's yeah.
Remember, the same man says that the moon was made by giants who carved it out of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
and filled it with helium.
Face it, Aussie Jesus was really sucking on some serious, shall we say, herbal remedies.
Yes.
I have never seen that man sober.
No,
I haven't.
He dropped acid during a live stream one time. No shit.
Do you know what? I was watching him do a live stream one, and I was actually putting in the chat, turn this off. You're not doing yourself any favors. I mean, it was tragic. It really was tragic.
He's
and
had a
other
couple.
people also then started saying, yeah, maybe you should go to sleep.
He's had a couple like that. Like he did one on FTFE's channel where he spent the entire debate laying in his bed, clutching at his like homemade booze jar. And after the debate, he came into the comments and made fun of Craig's disability. And I was like, dude,
no.
you literally look like an invalid during this debate. You can't say that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair though, our first ever live stream, I was clutching a bag of beer.
Yeah. Well,
Those
sad
over
to
there
say,
will
though,
know what I'm talking about.
sad to say, though, in another 20 years, we're going to have a whole new crop of dumb fucks, you know, and it's going to be our own societies and educational system's fault. My daughter just called me last night, and she says, you ain't going to believe this shit, Dad. You know, your granddaughter, you know, of course, at this point, she's my granddaughter, not her daughter. Yeah. You know, she peeked over her shoulder while she was doing her homework, and she says, honey, that division equation's wrong. She goes, no, it's not, Mommy. Why is that not wrong? She says, because we're learning guesstimation division. So now we have grade schoolers who are being taught that close enough is just okay. You know, that 16 divided by 4 can be 3.8 if you want it to be.
But I'll tell you what, Logical, you saying about like us having a fresh crop of dumb fucks. But I've got one thing, space tourism.
Yeah.
You know, when that is finally a thing, you know, I mean, Flat Earth's fucking done, isn't it?
Yeah, well, unfortunately,
done,
I'm going to
mate.
be too old to get on that ride and, you know, make it to the Mars colony and leave the dumb fucks behind, but I'll be stuck down here with them assholes.
Hey,
Yeah, I mean,
I'll be
no-
happy if I get a Blue Origin friggin' suborbital flight.
I'll
And
tell you
no
what.
no one believes that we can't go faster than 60 miles an hour anymore.
Do you know what we should do? Right? We should all get a big poll and raise the money, right? And do a poll to find one globe-denying fucktard, and then, you know, we can raise the money and put him on a fucking flight and then see what
Crowdfund
he
it.
says.
Crowdfund the flight.
Yeah,
for Flat
crowdfund
Earthers.
it, yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, and we all have, I mean, like, who would you like to fucking send up there?
I
mean,
I don't know. We covered a couple flat earthers, but let's get whoever we would deem is the most influential flat earther, and then throw him up.
Well, are they coming back?
Yes, they're coming back. They're going on a flight, you know, a space tourism, you know,
that changes the answer is all.
You got to look at it this
well,
way,
you'd like
guys.
them not to come back, but I'd like them to come back. But you know, you see, then you think like if you sent, say, Mark Sargent, he'd come back and just say, no, it was bollocks, because he just wouldn't. You know what I mean? He knows his shit.
They'd all
Mark Sargent
claim that
doesn't
they
have
were
to do
drugged or that they had CGI on the windows. They would always just fucking deny it. You know, they wouldn't even believe the first day experience.
And do you know what? Even if they did go, wow, it was amazing, then the flat Earth community would just fuck us. Sorry, I can't believe I just said that.
And I'd
Globe
have to
denial
say-
community would just
and I'd have-
fucking say, yeah, you've been turned.
Yeah, and I'd have to say, you know, okay, let's remove any possibility of any CGI projection on any glass at all and shove your stupid fucking ass out the airlock without a goddamn spacesuit. Look at the fucking Earth now, bitch.
They'll find a way. They'll be literally dying in vacuum, still denying it.
Doesn't matter.
But I wanted to say, with them coming up with the excuse of like CGI on the windows, I just had this like great image of William Shatner looking out the window of the plane, going, "There's CGI on the wing."
Oh fuck!
Like two people in this chat who got that reference.
I got
the reference. I got the reference.
Yes, I was just going to say, can I take over here and welcome DKG Custom to the panel? Buddy, how
Hello,
are
you
you?
buggers. Hello. How's it going? Well,
Good, buddy. How are you, man?
Have I watched 200 episodes of this shit?
Motherfucker, eh?
That's something.
And I want to say, Because we're doing a 200th episode tonight and whatnot and blah, 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 DKG Custom is setting up an after show for the Shills, and we will be going live just shortly after on his channel. So we'll be dropping the link coming up in the whole 9 yards.
Shut up. Shut up.
Let's fucking cause carnage.
You know, I haven't done a live hangout on my channel for so long. I can't even remember how to fucking do it.
Oh, for the love of God! Well, you know what? We got the two best in the business here, so no worries.
You got some great people and some great channels who would really appreciate it. Hosting an after party. Me, I'll just sit there and fall asleep.
He would just sit there and polish the Emmy.
Yeah,
and that's I love it.
That's not my Emmy.
But that's one thing I did want to bring up is going forward, we are going to be opening up discussions to look for a channel that would like to host a Shills after party for us. So if you're interested, throw your hat in the ring. I would say PM myself on Discord, but I'm a butterfly chaser. So realistically, PM Aimee Hogan or Crafty Keela, because actually something will get done then.
Yep.
And speaking of Aimee, because she had to step away momentarily, but we've fallen behind on some super chats. Does anyone have the ability to grab those?
Yeah, I'm going to take over there.
I'll take the cash.
Yeah, we've had a few super chats. So just going back, John Raffer, Aussie $2 says Gary is busy with his other hand, gets off on chat. Yeah.
He's still here.
Oh, bless.
King Crew for US $4 gives us a nice hot cup of coffee, which I badly need because it's after 3 o'clock in the morning here.
Yeah, I love you, King, buddy.
John Rapp for another Aussie $2. Flerf, there's a typo in the Einstein paper. Fake. And finally, John Rapp for Aussie $2. Flerf in space. No helmet or window. No refraction. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry,
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right. So at this point, does anybody know what the fuck we're doing? We're just hanging out now, right?
I gotta read this comment from Ugly German Truths. 3 o'clock? What would that be in human time?
Everybody's got to acknowledge right now, Ugly German Truths is simply one of the best commenters on YouTube.
He's one of the funniest dudes in the community.
Yes.
Completely agree. And everyone should watch Pain and Progress tomorrow.
Oh, ironically, he's not ugly, he's not German, and he never tells the truth.
We should mention Pain of Progress right now, people. Right?
I tell you what's coincidentally, we've done this Level Earth Observer's fucking dumbass video. Keela said she's done it, and Where's Wally's just uploaded one on it, the same video. So
no way, that's a gang fucking if I ever heard of one.
Yeah, I might fucking do him just for a laugh.
I was going to say, I might
see if I can download videos now.
Yeah, I was thinking I might too, just to pile on.
Yeah, I'm not going to pull it when I'm done.
Let's all fuck him up.
He's sitting there going, God, I'm getting so much traction these days. Where's that coming from?
Yeah, that's not the traction you were looking for.
It's more like Vaseline.
Oh man! So now we're at the point where we're just hanging out and fucking around and whatnot. I'm looking for stories here now. Blue, I bet you got some. DK probably too, because you guys are always surfing truly plumbing the depths of the conspiracy field and whatnot. Give me a funny story. What have you heard lately? What is hilarious?
Well, do you want me to jump in?
Please do.
Well, you might not actually like this because I've been unsubscribing. I have stopped listening. I just got to the point now where I just don't fucking care. They can just sit there babbling on about all their crap. And because when I first got into it, I thought, oh, this flat Earth is dangerous because it's like an open door to other idiocy and stupidity and conspiracy. And what I've found is it happens without flat Earth anyway. The internet is absolutely chock-a-block with misinformation and just idiocy. And I just fucking give up.
DKG, you say that, and I think a really good point to back that up, that all this crap will exist anyway. I've had a recent addiction on YouTube of watching Karens melting down in public.
God.
Yeah, that's good stuff. And I have heard maybe half a dozen of them say Bill Gates invented COVID.
Yeah.
And it's come on.
But the sad thing is, this kind of like stupidity, and you can see it's like creeping on things like Facebook, where people you thought were genuinely stable, but no, all these little conspiracies that are kicking around start to come into people who you just fucking know.
Yes.
And at that point, you just start to give up on humanity.
Well, you see, I'm the total opposite of that because I've only started my channel about 2 months because I met a flat earther. I hosted him in my home, and it's my opinion that yes, people are going to come to conspiracies, but the problem is they shouldn't be allowed to go unchallenged. They should never be allowed to go unchallenged.
Because
when it goes unchallenged, then it goes from being ridiculous to becoming dangerous, and that's the problem.
No, I absolutely get you on that. The point that my point is I'm not going to fucking bother. I mean, yes, it should carry on. People will do it, and new people will come along, and new channels and all sorts of people will come along and start doing it. Yes, all these people, everything, all the bullshit that comes up on the internet should be challenged and pointed out and shown to be ridiculous. It has to be done. But you just get to the point where, fucking hell, I got better things to do in my life.
That's kind of what I was. I tell you what, was like no individual person has an obligation to stand up and debunk these things, but people will. People absolutely will. The fact that this community exists is evidence of that. But yeah, it like someone like yourself, DKG, you've got a lot of talents in areas that actually matter. And can actually affect the world. So you should go do that instead of dealing with, well, more than Flat Earth does.
I tell you what, though, I want to touch upon what you just said about like these conspiracies creeping into like people. I literally had a conversation a couple of hours before like I hooked up to do this stream, where someone in my kitchen, it was at my mate's flat, talking about chemtrails and what I thought of them. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Because I was saying about I'm doing a live stream and said what we doing that, and he literally was like, yeah, but like, what do you think about chemtrails? I was like, what do you mean? What do I think about chemtrails?
Right,
they aren't fucking chemtrails, you dickheads. You know what I mean?
Monkey, I got a story here because my wife had a friend, right, or has a friend, and I took him over to her house to stay for a few days, and this woman had a boyfriend, quite an old guy, but just something odd about him. And it turned out that he was a chemtrail believer. Now the funny thing is, he's also a guitarist, and my wife got into the conversation with him about my whole debunking of tone wood. Okay, it's really boring, I'm not going to go into it, but it was a debunking about how the wood changes the sound of an electric guitar. It doesn't. Okay, but the point was, this guy who was a chemtrail believer, after my wife told him this story about my whole struggle with this area, he sits there and goes, yeah, some people will believe anything.
For fuck's sake.
It's a fucking chemtrail. Oh, fuck.
Oh, my word.
That's amazing.
It's not just chemtrails. I mean, I can't really think off the top of my head, but like quite often, and certainly in my job as a barber, I speak to a lot of people, and the amount of shit I hear, and about aliens and like they say, oh yeah, I don't believe in that bollocks. But if we get talking about the fact that I do a channel or what I do it on, and because it's talking about conspiracy theories, and like obviously I always mention the fucking dumbest one, globe denial. But then they'll come up with something like, yeah, but like, do you really think they went to the moon?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And you're like,
are you never tempted when you're sitting there cutting someone's hair and they're starting talking bollocks just to give them a little bit of a shit haircut?
No, because I'm a professional and I'd like them to come back and pay. But I tell you what, I dread the day because all my mates bring up my videos like in the shop. They think they're funny as fuck, and I dread the day that someone will sit in my chair and they're a globe denier. It's just gonna be like, and my mate, I can see you now. No, but do you know what? The lads in the barbershop, right? We've got big TVs. They'll put one of my videos on. I know it. Funny get up and walk out mid haircut.
Yeah, your hairline seems to be disappearing over the horizon.
You've got a flat head, mate.
The funny thing is, once you start the haircut, they're kind of stuck there, so you could just start berating them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and they'll say thank you afterwards.
Oh, of course we will. I doubt I'll get a fucking tip.
Yeah. Anything for the weekend, sir? Here's a link to the Shills.
Yeah, watch this. Or better still, one of my flerf rants, see if I can ram some fucking basics down your throat.
Yeah, pull out a soup bowl and ask him if he'd like a dome cut.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or a flat top.
A permanent cut.
Yeah, but definitely a nice flat top. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
You know what the nickname for the firmament cut is?
No.
Goddamn dome.
Yeah, that's a buzz cut. That's a buzz cut.
Is that a jarhead for the flat Earth community?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on there?
Have we got Global Mum joining?
Mom!
Get in there.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You just leave a little quiff at the back of the hair, and you go, "Oh look, black swan."
Too funny. Hey guys, hey Glober Mom, how you doing, honey? Oh, she's back. Is she unmuted? Glober Mom, bring me some, baby. How's it going?
Monkey's gonna get all happy now.
Are you kidding? He's already stiff.
Man.
Yeah, stroking his tail.
Oh yeah, she's working it out. She's working it out. We were too quick on the draw, man.
She does give the best mum hugs.
Hey, Mommy, how are ya?
There's Mom. Maybe she unmuted.
Mom.
She's trying, fellow baby. She's trying.
Come on.
Come on, you silly bitch.
But that whoa.
Why do I feel like I'm about to get in shit now? I'm just waiting for Mom to talk, you know?
Yeah.
I will say, though, she's unmuted, but that bar is not moving whatsoever. I'm going to say she's having some audio problems.
Yes, exactly.
Me now?
Yeah. There we go. Glover Mom.
My mic is, I have to use my headset mic right now. I'll get the other one working. But
Oi, fucking oi.
PM me later, honey.
Okay.
You alright, darling?
Happy 200th. You happy 200th,
Yeah, it
guys?
is. Fucking, I've done
Thanks,
5
Mom.
backflips.
You're welcome.
What'd you think of that, Mom? We had Professor Dave hanging out,
I know, I
baby.
got to listen to it for a little bit. I had to go out and eat dinner with my husband. So
Yeah, that was a haiku. That was.
Fucking A, baby.
Who's next?
I just hope we got him a couple of stubs.
Oh,
yeah, he's desperate.
Keela's got a plan. She's giant hunting for us right now, so
Is
it's all
she?
good.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
If anybody can find giants, Crafty can.
Right? You know, shill to the end. Absolutely.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
So, you know, we've
Does that make-
pushed our normal time length, but who gives a rat's ass at this point, right? You know, everybody in the chat, DK, when you get the stream set up, let's start dropping the link.
Oh, shut up, you big guy.
He's like, I haven't even started, you asshole. Fuck.
Wait till I'm done.
But, you know, to everybody in the chat, we are actively right now looking for somebody that wants to host the Shills after party for our shows. If you're interested, get a hold of Keeler or Aimee because, well, you know, then something will get done. Now, I got deja vu.
I would offer up my channel for it, but I don't like any of you guys. So
it's just because we got the logo wrong, isn't it?
Oh, that,
are you from Scotland or something?
Yes.
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear
you. You got
you.
a problem?
Schrodinger.
I didn't know this channel was racist. I'm gonna start
We're
writing.
not racist. We're not racist. We make fun of the Welsh for the whole sheep thing, but we're not racist. No way.
I mean, making fun of the Welsh is that's not racist at all. That's just what you're supposed to do.
That's just
yes. Yeah, I mean, the barman's in the group, so we have to do it.
Yeah, but he's not even Welsh.
He lives there, so he may as well be, right?
Yeah.
Ah.
He commuted.
What about AB? Is he from there or just live there?
Oh, he's definitely not Welsh.
Okay.
Not with that accent. He's way too posh.
Yeah.
I was really disappointed. I was gonna have a chance to go meet Barman, but COVID hit. My Europe, my England trip got canceled.
Yeah, I've met Barman.
Hang on.
Not too far from
Your
you.
England trip got cancelled, so you couldn't go to Wales.
Well, yeah.
I just want you to think on that. Just think
I know what I
bit.
said. Yeah, it's Britain. It's all England to me.
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah, you Yanks, you just don't get it.
Oh, don't call me a Yank.
Yeah, innit?
No. I am not from the North.
You see how it works now?
Wait a minute.
Hey, listen, anyway, when are you going to come to England? When you're coming to England,
do not wave the Confederate. Do not. No.
No, I'm just not a Yankee.
Listen, Blue. When you're coming to England, you're fucking coming to see the monkey as well, man.
Get a haircut.
Yeah, man.
Dude,
I'll give you a sick haircut.
Just in regards to the whole like
rescheduled to we're thinking somewhere around August or September or something like
Oh,
that.
you'll be lucky.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go see Barman, I'll come to the pub and meet you there.
Do it.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Don't forget to wear your hazmat suit because Jut there, you're getting hit with something.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know those monkeys are full of diseases.
And if you speak to Barman about the last time he went out on the piss with me in London, or AB Science, or Anti-Flatter, who else was we with? I think that was it. Yeah, that was it.
Jimbo.
I was pretty quick. Oh yeah, Jimbo, that was it. Yeah, he drove. I was practically hanging out of his convertible, trying to drag girls into his car.
No,
I was going, oi, come on, jump in the Ferrari. Oh, sorry, he's left the Ferrari at home. It's a fucking Peugeot. What'd you bring the Peugeot out for, you twat?
Jeez.
So,
and that was before I started drinking.
Yeah.
No, but Dick, remember, I'm a redneck. I'm not a Yankee.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say here. But so you know what, guys? You know, we've been going for a pretty while now, and I'm thinking it's time to get around the table and do the wrap-ups. We hand it over to Kevin Kennedy, and we have to do a big announcement because we are definitely doing an after-party show over at DKG Custom. We'll get the link out to you right away.
Hang on.
Fucking oath.
I'm going to post the link in the chat. Hang on.
You're fucking trapped now, dude. Just fucking do it.
There's the link.
Oh, he put link.
That's perfect.
I cannot be responsible for things like this.
You're dashing people's hopes and dreams.
Yep,
You
and
are.
I'm
You
great
are.
at that. Ask my wife.
We only got an hour for the
Jen
after
knows that
show
for
because
firsthand.
movie night starts in an hour and 15 minutes. So we got 15 minutes to end this stream, and then we can have a 1 hour after show and cut right to movie night. So, Kevin, take us around the fucking table, brother.
Holy shit, I've tried to make like 3 goddamn jokes, but you people never shut up, and now they're all fucking irrelevant.
I bet they were really funny.
Everybody say what you gotta say. Get the fuck out.
He just reads you all, bitches.
Well, all I can fucking say is this has been an absolute fucking blast. And Dave is cool as fuck, man. What a cool guy. Excellent. I've had such a laugh. Everyone who's joined us and everyone out there, even you dumb as fuck globe denying fucktards. Good night. All right. Go on then. Fuck off. Not you lot. Just them globe denying fucktards. Fuck off now. Go on. Do one. You're boring.
Also, I own the space shuttle, so I beat you all.
Nah.
I only need about like, I don't know, like 16 million more components.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I've got a spanner you can borrow. It's a fucking wank spanner.
No, Jutmonkey, you are a spanner. There's a difference.
Yeah.
No, but I've got.
All right, wrap-ups, people. We got 15 minutes. Jesus Christ.
I fucking wrapped up ages ago. Now get the fuck on with it. The rest of you.
Then put
For
your hand
fuck's
around your
sake.
dick and shut your mouth.
You see what I gotta fucking deal with here?
Oh my god.
Oh, logical. Wrap it up. Let's go.
Logical's not here.
Yeah, he bailed.
He already did.
I saw him bailed in the green room.
Hey, you know, we haven't heard from fucking Tatty all night. Tatty, speak up, you drunken Scot.
Hey, Tatty, you cunt.
Hi, Tatty, where are you?
Oh,
Say something.
aye. Haggis and whiskey and all that. Aye.
Dribble. Where's the dribble?
He may have called it for tonight, but he's still in the chat.
He's out. He's passed out.
He
He pulled a punchy, baby. He pulled a punchy.
Yeah, he sat there an hour ago going, no.
No.
Absolute hush.
Anyways,
There
fuck
you
you.
go.
It's been a great friggin' show, man. I can't believe we fucking did 200 of these.
200.
200.
We're still fucking halfway sane. I can't get over that. That's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was that was Steaming Cup of Reasons wrap up. Who's next?
If the last 20 minutes have proven anything, it's that we are not still kind of sane. Anybody else?
I'll see you at the after show.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Yeah.
Well,
it was
Yeah.
fun.
I could go again.
I just really want to really quickly, I just want to thank the 70 plus people who have stuck with us for 2.5 fucking hours and have stayed with us and are still amazing. To all of the members, you're just incredible. So, new laptop, I will be having a video out very, very soon.
Global Mummy, how do you know it's the same 70 people?
I
That
don't.
was Keela talking with me.
Oh, sorry, Keela.
Yeah.
I said 70 plus because there's 70 in the chat now.
Yeah.
There's 70 in the chat now. So 70 plus, I was giving myself a little bit of wiggle room.
Poor DK doesn't know who his hand is talking to. I mean, who he's talking to.
I don't.
You have an Irish accent. I never
Yeah,
knew.
you all sound the same.
Can I just
All you
quickly
white
read out
people.
comments?
Okay.
Can I just quickly read out comments?
No, for the love of God, have you ever heard of wrap-ups? Go
There's a
ahead.
comment that needs to be read, and it's from Thank God It's Flat, and he says, or she, Dave was misinformed. Thank you.
Okay, Kevin, take over the wrap-ups and start yelling at people. I don't care.
Just kick.
Schrodinger's cat, say something.
Yeah. Yes, I was being quiet for a bit. I've been yelled at recently for
He was being a
talking too much.
respectful Southern
Yeah,
gentleman.
well, I'm not married to you, so it won't happen.
Bring bait.
Well, what I was going to say is, yeah, there are 70 people here, but there's only 64 thumbs up. So I think some people in the chat got a little bit of work they need to do.
Bastards!
Yeah, bastards.
So
So,
okay, that's a pretty good ratio, really.
You got 2 thumbs down. So that's
well, then
you
that,
know, oh,
that's
3.
interaction.
Well, that was
Three
me.
fucking flerfs.
That was me.
But yeah, the boss called me earlier today and said, "Hey, do you want to go to Hawaii in July?" And I thought that was such an idiot question. You're asking me if I want you to pay me to go to a tropical paradise for 3 weeks. Fuck yeah, I want to
Like a
go.
submarine, though.
Oh well, for part of the day, but then
Yeah,
after work, I get to
that's true.
go to a tropical paradise.
There you
So
go.
I'm happy to announce that I'm going back to Hawaii for the 2nd time in a year.
Sweet.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks,
Party at your
government.
place.
Say you were just there not too long ago.
Yeah, back in December.
Wait. Schrodinger, I need you to say thanks, government, one more time.
Oh, thanks, government.
All right.
Yeah,
thank
all you
I'm gonna-
Americans.
I just
all
want
you
you
Americans are
Shut
paying
up.
me.
I wanted to use that for my own nefarious purposes. That's all.
Oh, gotcha. Sneaky. Sneaky.
All right. Anybody else got anything?
Next up.
I'll go.
No.
Blue.
Hey, fun being on the show. It was great. I liked talking to Dave and everything like that. I'm actually really surprised you guys can get somebody with nearly 1 million subs on the show. When you can barely get me on here, but no, the people who are the people who subbed to my channel, all 10 of you guys. I'm trying to get videos out. I really am. It's just I've got a lot of other things that are going on that are preventing me from doing it. And honestly, I've lost a lot of motivation to cover anything that's flat Earth. So it's probably going to be moon landing stuff from this point out, and Apollo and science, and not science videos, but rocket videos and things like that. But we do have a couple of cool big things planned for the near future. And if you want, go check out the observatory videos I'm making. They're really cool, and I think they're very very underreviewed. So
absolutely,
I don't know. I figured this show is called TheShills, so I'd chill myself out.
There you go. That's what it's for. Yeah.
All right. Who else? All right. Steaming Cup of Reason. I think you were going to go.
No, I just wanted to say, let's finish this fucking thing over. Get out of here. Get over to DKG's place and trash the place. Let's go.
All right.
Doors open. Come around.
Oh, that nervous laughter.
Hey, Dick, beak off.
All right. Are we done? Is it time for an ending?
We're
We
done.
did get a super chat.
Oh, yes,
Super
we did.
chat. Crafty Keela, read it off for us, honey.
John Rapp for Aussie $2 says, "Not ready to finish. Carry on, please."
All right. Well, we're not going to
Carrying
finish.
it on to
because
another channel.
We're heading over to
After show,
DKG Customs for an after show, and we're going to have a little party. Everybody's drinking. Everybody's having a good time, so let it fucking loose and off the chain. We're going to... What?
I said, okay.
We're going to drop that fucking link in the chat if anybody has it. I don't know who does. But remember this, folks. The pseudoscience believers are like that fucking rock that gets in the sole of your shoe, and you're walking down the street and you make that little sound when you click, and you're like, God damn it. If this doesn't fucking stop, I'm going to fucking lose my shit. And you stop and you sit down and you pull that rock out of your shoe. That's a flat earther. So remember, when you have that rock in your hand, you throw it far so that shit stays the fuck away from you. On that note, we're the Shills, Silly Shill Show, coming at you live on the EiE Network, and we're heading over to DKG Custom for the after show. We're going to post the link. Do we have it?
I have it.
Do we have it?
I have it. Just posted.
Yeah, there we go. We have a link for you. So we're going to be over there in a few minutes. And on that note, we're fucking out of here, folks. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good
Catch
night,
you on the
everybody.
flip side.
Shills.
Fucking out.
Does anybody know what's going on?
Fuck no.
No.
Oh, I never give a fuck.
I'm going to put in perfectly before the end, baby.